The following program contains swearing, insults, progressive political ideologies, dad humor, pop culture coverage, memes, artificial intelligence gooning, and frequent references to the amount of semen an elephant can and will ejaculate. Viewer discretion is advised. And don't forget to turn off that pesky ad block.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a very special Wednesday night edition of Boulder Talk Radio. Of course, it's midweek, right? It's the end of my week. Tonight's my Sunday, if you will. I was able to get all my work stuff sorted out today. Went in, got a physical. Thankfully, the male nurse practitioner was like, "Hey, do you have a hernia?" I'm all like, "No." So like, "Do you want me to check your groin?" I'm all, "No." He's like, "All right, then. I'm not going to check your groin." I'm like, "All right." Not that I'm against a guy doing his job. You know, if he's a doctor and he's got to check my groin for a hernia, I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Whoa there, Jared from Subway." You know, I'm going to be like, "All right, yeah, it's your job. I get it. It's something you have to do." Is this pre-recorded? It's not pre-recorded. I'm live. I know I'm on camera. I think that's why people are kind of, I feel like being on tonight, I guess. I don't know. I just felt like, fuck it. I'll be on tonight. Why not? Right. It's been a day. It's just been a day. So, I made the mistake. I made the mistake last night of deciding to surf the internet a little bit after I ended the stream. Also realizing my shirt's on inside out, but whatever. So I was like, after I ended the stream last night, I was surfing around Reddit for a couple minutes just because. And I saw someone bring up the post about The Truth versus Alex Jones, the new documentary on HBO that's about Alex Jones and the whole Sandy Hook thing and all of that stuff. And I went and I looked up the trailer, and that caught my interest. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. So I watched the movie, and I should not have watched the movie. It's a good movie. It's a good documentary. I already knew the outcome simply because I followed the news. But when they wanted to convey what had happened to those kids and how it happened and the order of which it happened, I did not know those details. I'd never gone and looked them up. And then as they cut back to the parents talking about their kids and what their kids were like, I mean, obviously that was done for emotional effect, which it should have been. I don't think I've been that physically angry in a while. I mean that. Like, I had to pause the documentary a couple of times to get up and walk around my office. I was so angry because just, in the other room are my kids, 4 and 6, about the same age as some of those kids that were killed. And the callous disregard from Jones and his audience about that, it made me physically angry. Like, I was stressed beyond belief at how mad I was. And that's a parental thing. That's a parental thing. But yeah, I just stayed up way too fucking late watching that goddamn movie. I did not sleep well last night. But we did get the update today because I was able to go, and I think I might have mentioned this last night, but I got, 100% confirmation. This guy's got sleep apnea, which means I don't breathe while I sleep, and I'm going to have to get a mask, which I'm not looking forward to, but I guess one of the issues of getting older, it's like, as this beard starts to become Santa Claus, as I have to wake up in the middle of the night to go take a leak, which is not very often, you start to notice your body's limitations, especially if you don't get enough sleep. Because back in the day, I didn't even worry about it. Like back in the day, I would stay up for like 2 days straight, and no drugs or anything. I would just like be in situations. I'd stay up for over 24 hours, not a problem. Now, oh, wow. However, I don't know if you can see it. I don't really feel like I can see it, but they weighed me and I was down like 15 pounds, which is actually, I think, all related to work because I do a lot of moving around. I lift a lot of luggage. I'm alert, I guess. I'm awake. I try to watch what I eat. I don't try to, I try not to eat a lot of like, I have a lot of granola, I guess. Keep fiber coming in. But it's apparently I lost like 15 pounds. So yeah, I will lose more with proper sleep. I hope so. So that's what's going on right now. That's been today. I had the one kid sick yesterday, other kid sick today. I'm not feeling 100% myself, so we'll see what happens. I meant to sit down today and watch another anime movie, but I just did not have the time or the ability to really sit down and enjoy it. Maybe I will tonight after I stream. No one cared who I was until I put on the I can't even do a Bane right now. Shut up, a bitch. Anyway. Yeah. Getting a sleep apnea thing is not the end of the world, so to speak. But there's a couple supers here that popped up from our boy H-Bots. How's it going, buddy? Not sure if you saw my last DM, but is Beverly Hills Cop 3 really that bad, or is it good? No, it's good. It's not as good as 1 or 2. Make no mistake. I begged my mom to take me to see that movie when it came out, and I always, it's more cartoonish than the other ones, right? But like, no, dude, I'm down. And honestly, I can't wait for Axel F. I just like, we were listening to some like techno mixes the other day with my kids because I've been trying to introduce them to, techno music and EDM. None of that shitty ass dubstep though. God, fuck dubstep, right? Give me techno, electronica, dance house. You go EDM or you go dubstep. If you're like, but Skrillex, I'm gonna like huck you in a vat of nacho cheese. No, Skrillex is fine. Actually, I kind of like Skrillex. I really like Dead Mouse, actually. But that being said, There's this one called Crazy Frog, and it does the Axel Foley theme song, you know? Dun 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 bum. Right. And so it's like my 4-year-old really likes that song. And I'm all like, just wait till you see the movie. And she's like, movie? And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, it's an R-rated action comedy from the 80s. You'll know more when you're older. Also, H Bar is here for 10. Thank you, buddy. Says, also, since emotion can come off wrong via texting, I hope you know when I DM you history stuff. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just want to expand your knowledge. He does this too. He does this. If I say anything like what was it? I think yesterday I made a joke about Julius Caesar, right? It's like, who's going to be Brutus? Et tu, Brutus, et tu. And he's just like, oh, you want to talk about Caesar? And I'm like, it's just a joke, dude. It's just a joke. I know the story of Julius Caesar. I'm just pulling a Rome reference. I'm just trying to pull a reference for a joke of if Donald Trump is Caesar, is it going to be Barron who kills him and then ends up becoming the Octavian of the Trump family? Like, you know what I mean? Way more hardcore than his dad. I'm just making a joke. You guys have to understand so much of what I try to do is supposed to be funny, and I fail at it all the time, but I'm usually trying to be funny. The problem, though, is that I also get very passionate about some things, and like it can overlap. I see that. It's possible I'm autistic. I might got a touch of the tism. I know I've got OCD, potentially adult ADHD. I'm going to get checked out for that later on this year. Anyway, Rational for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says, Iran said they will retaliate against Israel. Some Israeli towns have been evacuated and some Israelis have been told to seek shelter. Yeah, this is only going to escalate. I mean, look, this is, look, I have a limited knowledge, okay, about the conflict of the Middle East. Okay. I'm a middle-aged white West Coast American. All right. My knowledge is not as, I don't have like all the facts. I'll revert to H parts if I need to know, if I need to get a geopolitical update on the Gaza Strip. I'll be like, yo, H parts, what do you know about what's going on? He likes history, not current events. But anyway, look, Israelis hate the Palestinians. They want the land. There's no other nicer way to say it. They're going to drive them out. Okay, they're going to drive them out, and they're either going to put the Palestinians on reservations somewhere, or someone's, like, I don't know. Is anyone staying at Auschwitz right now? Like, it's just, given what they're doing, given what they've been doing, given how they've been acting, given all the brutality and the violence and everything else that's been going on with the Jews against, the Israeli government. I don't want to say all Jews because it's not all Jews. There are Jews against it who want to ceasefire. And there are Jews who simply just don't know any better. And I'm not going to fault them because I get it, right? State-sponsored media is propaganda, and that's going to be an issue. But the thing I'm trying to talk about here is when you see what they're doing and you know what they've been through, there's really no other way to look at it and be like, are they going to do what I think they're going to do? Like, are they really going to do what I think they're going to do? Are they going to pull from a playbook that really didn't do well for them? And I hope that's not the case, but it seems like that's the case. And the fact that it's people in Palestine and the other governments around the world are just kind of like, stop it, Israel. You should stop. Come on. While we're still giving them our weapons, while we're still providing aid, but we're providing aid to the Gazans as well, right? It's like such a weird thing. It's all like, we're going to build a port to send aid to Gaza, which is good, to get around the Israelis stopping us sending aid into Gaza. But at the same time, it's all like, we're going to ship up our weapons and send them over to Israel. It's just, if that's happening, I heard that's happening. Either way, I could kind of see like, yeah, other countries are going to start forming. You're going to have your allies in your axis. What's crazy is it almost comes across like the Israel government is the axis, and that we're the baddies here, like for helping them. But like I've said before, it's like we have investments. We're protecting our investments into Israel. Like that's what we're doing. They help us in regards to like surveillance around the world. Like that's what they do. So it's a big factor on that front. Anyway, H Bar's here for 10. Thank you, buddy. He says, I have a huge passion for history. So I love to tell people about, like, one day my mom asked a question about Shogun and I went into a 3-hour Sengoku Jidai TED Talk. Sengoku Jidai. Jidai? Yeah. No, I get that about it. That's one of the things I like about you, Hunter, is that you are very in tune with wanting to know and learn and all that stuff. You might also want to try getting a girlfriend. Someone who's also interested in gaming, movies, and history. They exist. They're out there. I don't know which dating app you're going to be able to find that. I don't know if there's a nerd dating app. I don't know, whatever. But I think once you find someone to share that passion with, just imagine you're in the throes of passion, enjoying coital love, right? And the two of you are about ready to climax while discussing the fall of Rome, you know? She's like, Rome took 200 years to build, but it collapsed in a day. Collapse me, daddy. And you're like, well, in actuality, it really took a series of events, starting with. I could see that happening. Am I a fan of Tyrone Magnus? No, I'm not. I'll talk about him in a few, though. Rational says, Matt, leave H. Bart's alone. H. Bart says, I'm trying. Well, I'm just saying there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, it's going to be like really into like Lord of the Rings of Power. And that you guys are going to bond over your shared love of the show. Right. And like talking about the appendices, and that's just going to be your aphrodisiac. You know, she's going to be like, I don't even, is there like a river? Hold on here. I gotta Google this real quick. Right. What hold on. What is the biggest river in Middle Earth? Okay. Anduin. She'll be all like, I'm wetter than Anduin right now. Or I'm wetter than the coasts of Anduin. It's the longest river in Middle Earth. It flows for about 1,388 miles from the Misty Mountains to the Bay of Belfalas. She's going to be like, my Misty Mountains. Right, sail your ship on my to my Bay of Belfast. Oh man. Anyway, let's see. CJH says, I still haven't figured out my good qualities, but I guess it's up to others. No, you got to know your good qualities, man. That's the whole thing. It's like you got to figure out who you is. Right? You know, you got to figure out who you are. That's the whole point. Women find confidence sexy. They do. They find confidence sexy and they want to laugh. That's really like, if you can be confident and be funny and charming, it goes a long way. Despite all your other flaws, because men are dumb. We're kind of idiots, but we're idiots in like different ways. Like men don't want to be in the way. Largely, they just kind of want to like. This is the hardest part when you have like women who are kind of like nesters and like men who are just kind of like meh, right? Like men are like, yeah, we want to be in relationships. We want to do all this stuff. But at the same time, it's like, we don't really feel like, you know, we don't need to go antiquing on a fucking Saturday. That doesn't interest us, you know? And I think if more people in their relationships kind of understood that there are separations of interests, it would probably work out a lot better. So there we go. Hey, what's up, Spherical Man? Hit the ever loving but Jesus out of that like button. Hell yeah, man. H Bar's here for 5. Thanks. Says, hey, at least I don't write every thought on Twitter like RJ. Oh my God, RJ. I actually told him today that I said something. What did I say something today? I made some hot take that was meant to be stupid as fuck. Right. But it was just like, whatever. And then RJ is like, the fuck you talking about, man? Let me see if I can find it here. Because I forget what it was. He uses a Oh, he called me. I think did he call me a chud? Oh yeah, no, here it is. Here it is. I'll show you guys this, right? I'll show you guys this. Let me share my screen here. All right. So, RJ, right? So I said, can we be honest in that the Dune series is an interesting concept, but when you break it down, it's pretty pants on head retarded, because it is. Like the general core concept of what Dune is easy enough to follow, but when you start breaking down, it's like some of the more micro elements of the story, like the characters, are just really weird. And it gets weird, especially when you get to the God Emperor stuff down the road. It just gets weird. And it's so he said here, like, it's this whatever the fuck this is. What is this? This is a Final Fantasy thing.
What?
I don't know. RJ's living in, like, if you want my honest opinion, RJ's going through his quarter life crisis right now. We need to be nice to RJ. I'm not making fun of RJ, but you can tell he's going through a quarter life crisis. He's been trying to get in on this. Well, it's Matt Jarbo. I heard he had opinions. I have lots of opinions. Tons. We'll get to that. But anyway, you see, in Dune Messiah, Paul praises Hitler and the Genghis Khan. Yeah, that won't be in a movie. So fuck it, facts. Fucking Leto merges with the Sandworm. It's so weird. I think the writer was on speed and coke on benders on weekends and writing Dune. I mean, it's kind of like, Stephen King understood that he was really addicted to cough syrup when he was like writing, like, what was it, Misery? And like, I think he's even openly said, like famously said, that he doesn't remember writing Cujo because he was that fucked up, And that's something we have to remember, is that authors, like whatever, people will go through these things. Anyway, here. So, I mean, Dune is a pants on head stupid, like, overall concept. It's a good story. It's a fun, we all know, but what do we like? We like the sandworms and shit. And if you can treat it like a science fiction opera, which, again, Star Wars is heavily inspired by Herbert's Dune, but it took all the good shit and it kind of altered some of the weird shit, and it made it more affable for audiences. Not in the film. These are in the books. The books is what I'm talking about. But again, there's the correlation between the books and the movies. Most people know David Lynch's movie. They don't know the book, right? Or maybe they watched the sci-fi miniseries, which I hear is really good. Sean here says, sandworms are uncircumcised envy. I don't know what you're talking about. CJ here says, Dune, move over. It's Avatar time. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Pandora. Let's see. H Bars here says, Dune the movie is better than Dune the book. Exactly. It's one of those rare occasions where the movie is way better than the book. But anyway, I said here, I'm all like, you haven't read the book, so I understand this. But then I also compared it to Hideo Kojima, right? Kojima is very similar. He likes grand storytelling, but he also caters to the super weird that doesn't make any sense to anyone that's not him. And again, Hideo Kojima, excellent storyteller, but his stories are pants on head retarded. It's like, look at the opening of fucking Metal Gear Solid 5, right? When you exit the fucking hospital and there's a gigantic flaming blue whale in the sky. It's just, he likes weird shit, and that's fine. That's all it really was that I was talking about with that one there. Just making fun of that. It's okay that other properties are inspired by Dune. It is. It's okay that other properties are inspired by Dune, and it's okay that Dune exists. At no point am I knocking Dune existing? Parallax here says Kojima the Hack hasn't made a good game since MGS3. I mean, I don't know. I played MGS3 I got it once. I played it. The camera was so bad, I just returned the game. When they do the re-release of it, I'll probably give that a try and see if that's any better. Blockadil here says, Jamie, pull up that clip of Stephanie Justin talking about Kojima 3D imaging her feet. Is Tarantino good friends with Kojima? Because I could see Tarantino being there during that, just like, like the Wizard of Oz, like don't pay attention to any man behind the man behind the curtain. He's just like vigorously flapping. CJH asking, will the Alien movie revive the franchise? I don't think the franchise is really like necessarily hurt. Well, I mean, Covenant didn't help, but that was also a long time ago. I do think Alien, I don't like the name Romulus, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the name Romulus, but I think it's gonna go like hardcore, and I'm okay with it going hard. Like like, again, look at what The Evil Dead was, and then look at Fede Alvarez's remake of The Evil Dead. How much more fucked up that movie was. That's what we're in for with this, but I'm okay with that. Mo here says, don't lie, you never played MGS3. I did for like 5 minutes. The camera was so terrible, I took it out. That's the thing. CJ here says, Alien versus Predator needs some rebooting. Well, I mean, I enjoyed those movies for what they are. So the Power Within says, you got to understand that Tarantino and Kojima have done wonders for realistic 3D animated feet. Yeah. Also, the Power Within is over on the Twits, which we've got 67 people on Twitter, 46 people on YouTube. Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much. Darkness here says, if Alien Romulus is good and successful, I do see the franchise being revived. Well, I say that too, because look at Prey. Prey was really good, and Prey is rebooting the Predator franchise, which is awesome sauce. Okay, H-Bart's here. Thank you. Says, I really like talking to RJ, but I think staying off Twitter would help a lot. Not everything is about Twitter. All right, so kind of to go back to the RJ thing, because I see what you're talking about there. I think we need to like take a look. Well, okay, I'll just say this, because RJ's a friend, and I'm not trying to. I don't want it to make it seem like I'm picking on him or nothing like that, because I'm not. I get it. I'm in that phase of my life where you could, where I want to change like everything. And that could be considered a midlife crisis, right? I question, what am I doing? I question, why don't I just retire? Why don't I just focus on one thing? It's very hard to do, all while I work, full time at a job I like that's paying me pretty good money. So it's like, hey, I'm in this weird place in my life right now where I can kind of pick and choose what I want to do, but it's difficult to do because I don't know what the right path is. RJ's in a very similar spot. It's called a quarter life crisis. It's a real thing. And it's, in my opinion, and this is just my speculation, and I went through this too, and a lot of us have gone through this at that age. You graduate college, you get your degree, you start to realize that maybe you're not doing with that degree what you want to do with that degree. And then in your personal life, you're trying to figure out everything. You've got familial things to deal with. You've got relationship things to deal with. You still want to have a life, but you're also kind of like bound to responsibilities. Adulting kicks in kind of really for the first time. And you're trying to figure it all out. And there's also a lot of pressure and expectation on you to have it all figured out by that age. You'll hear people say, well, when I was your age, I had a house at the age of 21. Well, yeah, but you also bought it for like $40,000 after you got out of a fucking war, you old bastard. Nowadays, millennials, and he's an alpha, Gen Z alpha type, right? He's right there. He is very much in the position of like, am I ever going to be able to own a home? There's a high probability that if he stays with his parents long enough and they end up giving the home to him, then that's how he'll be a homeowner. But the multi-generational homes are going to start being more of a thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that's what it is. So when what H-Horse is talking about here is RJ got into the Final Fantasy VII. He's been consumed by Final Fantasy VII. I don't get it. I mean, personally, like I thought the game was okay. Like when I played it back in the 90s. But something about this spoke to him. You know what I mean? Like really got him right in the cockles of the heart. And he's finding expression, and he's finding, ways to kind of escape maybe a little bit, to get into that fan base a little bit. The downside, though, is it's really fucking annoying if you're his friend, because God damn it, man. I thought you were going to open up another fucking account and like tweet from that account. Like I got people, not just H-Bars, I've had others like tell me that they've muted him because it's nonstop fucking Final Fantasy shipping. What the fuck is a Clarith? I know it's Aerith and Cloud. Like, did they get together? Like, didn't she fucking die in the original game? But they've remastered it now. They're gonna retcon the fucking story. Is Sephiroth even the villain of this game? I got no fucking idea. But that's the whole point. is like he's in this fan base, and these people are fucking terminally online, man. Like I read the retweets and shit. I'll read like the people he talks to because I'm kind of curious. I'll do a dive as I'm laying in bed. I go down that rabbit hole, and it's just delusion upon delusion upon delusion. So much so that even RJ, you can tell, is like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Because he'll go on there and start posting like, I just want to be friends with everyone. I don't know what all the drama is. Like, bitch, stop. No, I'll say this. You did the same thing with the Snyder stuff. You get in there, you fucking roll deep, you roll hard, and then if drama starts happening, you question what's going on and you dip out for a while, and then you come right back on in. I'm telling you right now, if you're only in this shit for like a week or two and you're already getting this level of drama, and there's already like some lady who is in DMs like saying some racist shit and everyone's losing their fucking mind over it, maybe, just maybe. Sorry, but just chill the fuck out, bro. Chill the fuck out. I'm not picking on RJ. Like, I'm not picking on him. Tifa dolls. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were looking at those. We were looking at those life-size Tifa dolls the other day. Anyway, club soda. Yeah, I'm drinking fucking sparkling water. All I'm saying, yeah, Mo, never join a community is what I'm trying to say. Never join a community, really. It's one of the things you gotta remember is like, look, and I'll agree in many ways. Okay, so it's like, I love movies, man. The internet makes me not want to talk about them, like flat out. I just don't want to talk about them. Like, it just drains me, you know. But it is fun to kind of like. What's funny is I respond to like discussing film posts because I have Twitter Premium Plus. I paid this 16 whatever. Okay. And then I get like top priority in comments. I get all these responses from people that are just like, why do I always see you comment on every post? I'm like, because I can. It's Twitter, like whatever. It's funny to me, but I'm probably not going to do it for much longer because it does take a lot of time. Let's see. Rational says RJ needs to feels like a PS5 fanboy times. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. There's some good, solid single player fucking games on the PS5. I ain't knocking that. You know, but I think console fanboyism is stupid. Play what you want where you want, right? Switch, fucking PS5, Xbox, PC, the ROG Ally, the fucking Steam Deck, your fucking phone, whatever. Who cares? It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happens when you know, like people who it's like the fandoms online are just getting worse and worse and worse. You know, they're just getting worse and worse and worse. That's all it is. Never stop the discussing film troll. I don't always troll on discussing film. I don't always troll. But people think I'm trolling though. Like they do. It's sometimes I troll. I love it when I can get in there quick with an AI image. It freaks them out. Let's see here. The Power Within says, I had a post about the Iron Claw movie, left me disgusted. Fake Ric Flair is back. I haven't seen it yet, but I also have no interest in wrestling. So it's not to say that I wouldn't watch it. What I'm really saying is mostly like I don't have that much of an interest, I guess, to watch it. So there's that there. H Barts here says console and PC fanboys are all retarded. They are. They are. I mean, I remember like back in the day when it mattered, you know, like when you roll on up in the early 2000s and you're like, yo, what are you? And like, I'm PS2, baby. What about you? Like fucking Xbox, bitch. What you got? What you got? Man, we got all the JRPGs on the PS2, man. I'm like fucking Halo, motherfucker. Did I know cancer is gay? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But unlike real gayness, we can't cure it. But maybe we can cure cancer one day. Talk about Victoria Fontaine. This is why I know why so many YouTubers are retiring. All right. This is how you know this whole situation with Silver Surfer. All right. It's the whole thing. See, CJ Adrian says the Silver Surfer stuff had me triggered today because I know the comic lore, LOL, and all these chuds who claim to be fans expose themselves. They always do. Now, granted, I am not necessarily like, I kind of like jumped the ball a little bit. I had said, like, when they said they cast Julia Garner as Silver Surfer, I was like, that's lame. And people are like, no, but it's like there's a female Silver Surfer in like an alternate universe. I'm like, oh, okay. So the Fantastic Four is going to take place in a multiverse, and then they're going to merge over into our, okay, fine. Maybe then we'll get Silver Surfer. I just don't see Marvel doing like a gender swap thing on a character that big for a permanent thing. Disney couldn't top the original, so gender, but no, it's not top the original really, but it's like, what is it? In the first, in the only iteration we've had of Silver Surfer on the big screen was, voiced by Lawrence Fishburne and played by Doug Jones, and that was a long time ago. I don't always shut the fuck up, Mo. You jump the gun all the time. And I read it quickly and I responded quickly, right? But then people explained it to me. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, it's what it's going to be. But the thing is, you've got people, man. You got people that are out there doing this shit. Julia Garner says she won't do a Marvel movie, so I don't see her doing it. I mean, if she's not signed on today when this news broke, why would she do it? Why would anyone do it? That's the thing I don't get right now, is like, this is the whole point, is like, they probably shouldn't do casting announcements until the movie is like already shot, right? Or like there's a trailer. Like, they've got to start limiting information. I know that seems really weird considering that the information game for movies is like such a big deal, but all things considered, it's like at this point, it's always a detriment to them in the initial phase. And that can cause the most confusion and anger. So, let's see. Okay, so let me bring this up. Right, so here's one. This is again, everyone's talking about Tyrone Magnus today, right? Rip Disney, rip Disney. That's probably also his O face, by the way. It's just eyes roll back in his head. He grunts hard, and his wife leaves the bed unfulfilled. But imagine a female galactic. Yeah, she shoves planets in her giant fucking pussy. That's how she devours them. Like they're fucking Tide Pods for teenagers. Anyway, Disney dies every day, kid. Yeah. Except they defeated Nelson Peltz today, right? Which is a thing a lot of people are happy about. DJ Throggy here says, yeah, but some of these sources are just throwing baloney at the wall to see if it will stick. That is true. But the thing is, though, no one runs with it, right? So if like, everyone, or I should say no one thinks critically, and even I didn't today, to be fair. It's hard. It's very hard to do that at times. But, so a lot of people are talking about that. Eddie here clipped it. Let's take a look here at this. So this is Eddie clipping it. This is what Tyrone has to say. Again, you can see the hamster wheel turning, the 1,000-yard stare. He doesn't know why he's mad. He has to feel like he has to be mad in order to engagement farm. This thumbnail is absolutely cringe. What, my thumbnail? Fuck off. It's an old. Do you not think that old like when I'm in a retirement home, I'm not gonna be sitting there playing fucking PlayStation all day? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Anyway, just saying, Jesus Christ, Shrek, shut the fuck up. All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm a fan of Disney. However, it's kind of like when a friend or someone you really love or care about passes away. And it's like I'm getting that news today. No one's going to survive news like this, It's
God, real quick here. Does anyone else just want to like put like a soft piano or violin tune behind him? And like the sad Affleck meme, no one can survive. No one. You're like watching your friend die. It's like, never mind. I've got a Baby Yoda figurine on the thing behind me. It's a memorial to Disney. I just can't do it, you guys. It's over. It's so over. So dumb.
It's such a sliver of hope at this point that I have. It's almost non-existent at this point. It's because I've prepared my mind for it. You see,
he doesn't have a mind to prepare though.
If you have, they'll tell you that if you have, you might hear a friend got some bad news that they may be terminally ill, something like that. they tell your family to prepare, prepare yourself, this and that. I've already prepared my mind for the death of Disney just in case it does happen. So.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. Again, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, I only play one on the internet sometimes. So take what I say here with an absolute grain of salt and whatever. But if you have to make the proclamation that you have prepared for something you love to have died in case it does, then how can you in any way feel anything towards what they have that's new? Everything is going to be on that desk, that death rattle is going to have that stench because you've already prepared in your brain for it to be that way. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's crazy to me how wild he is, how crazy he is. I did see this comment here from Kevin McAllister's Toilet. Thank you, Kevin. Were you smart in my YouTube peak earning years? Did you establish some investments or squander it? You seem like the kind of guy that invests. I bought a house. So it's like, there's that, that's like, I invested in property, my property. So yeah, other than that, I don't know anything about the stock market, to be honest with you. So it's, I'll tell you, at the time, here's the crazy thing about that. At that time, I was making more money than I had ever made in my entire life. And you don't ever really expect it to stop because it just keeps coming in. So you don't really think much about it until you don't have it anymore. And then you realize. So now I'm definitely a lot more fiscally conservative than I was a number of years ago because like I've had that and then I lost that, and then even now the money I'm making with my job now is close to what I was making back then. So, and I like what I do. So it's all good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like more money because who wouldn't? There's things I want to do. Go vacations, get a new car, take the kids somewhere nice, that kind of thing. But I'm not worried about it. Anyway, let's see here. He still got his Ripple. Yes, I do have my Ripple. What is Ripple worth these days? Let me double check. Let me see here. XRP price. Let's see. How bad is it? Oh, Lordy, look at this, my friends. Look at this. Ripple is currently rocking 0.57 USD, 57 cents a coin, folks. I bought it at 48 cents a coin. I think I've made $1.50, folks. I've made $1.50 off my Ripple. I am clearly the investment king. Come to me for all of your needs. No FOMO, no HODL, only Jarbo. I'm not the person to talk to. Like, just not the person. I can retire. Exactly. I can finally retire. I get it. It's over. It's Jover, folks. It's Jover. What's all the YouTubers doing a blue background? I don't even understand. Even Max is doing it. Well, okay. For one, blue is a calming color. Right? Blue is a calming color. I like it. I like to, I like the vibe of it. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't have this light on up here, I would just be sitting in a room with just the dark blue. I just prefer the vibe. My favorite color is green, but blue works. Blue is just a nice softer color. It's not like harsh red, and it vibes a calmer, kind of laid back vibe. You know what I'm saying? Matt has them diamond hands. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Honest to God, I don't know what that means. All right, but I did see this one here. So, we're talking about the fucking Julia Garner thing. Obviously, you've got the chuds are out full force today, because there's an article that is titled, "Please be normal about Julia Garner playing Silver Surfer." Don't ever do that, folks. If you write for an outlet, never write an article like that. You think to yourself, I'm going to be doing something that people want to. No, don't fucking do it. It's so stupid to do. It's virtue signal is what it is, and nobody cares. It's virtue signal, and nobody gives a shit. We have to remember that. We have to, honest to God, remember that. It's virtue signal, and nobody cares. Because if you do that, you're putting a target on your back. You are giving them ammunition while you're trying to what? Milady your way into a conversation? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. It's fucking ridiculous to me. Stop maladying people. It doesn't work. You can sit there and say, hey, listen, I'm excited for Julia Garner to play Silver Surfer, see what this happens. She was great in Ozark. You can definitely say that. But don't write an article that's like, please be normal about Julia Garner playing. No. You're making it worse by trying to milady. Don't do that shit. You're making it worse for not only you, but the conversation, because then it's really like that. Then, of course, you've got this. Yeah, again, he's having a stroke, clearly. If you listen to him talk, you can tell that. This is clearly a Ryan Kennel or a Yellow Flash. I don't know. Their thumbnails are so similar. I don't know. Anyway, right? Bad news for MCU. This is like, this one right here is way better. Ryan Kennel is lazy. And then Galactic. Oh my God, it's this fucking guy. This guy. I've seen this guy before. What is that? Like, what's up with him using an image of him that was taken from a potato, right? Look how low res, real shift his images of himself. You can't even make out whether or not he's male or female. You can guess by just the general douchebag look on his face. But again, from a distance, you may not be able to actually tell. And then the whole shut up incel. And now here's my question though. Has Julia Garner ever come out, been political, right? Let's find out. Because I'm kind of curious about this one. Let's see here. Has Julia Garner ever been political? All right, I'm asking. So, all right. There's no clear indication about her. Okay, no, sorry. There is a Washington Post article that mentions that she is a true blue Democrat who campaigned for Hillary Clinton in 2016 and held a fundraiser for Obama in 2008. Okay, so there's that. All right. And then you've got, I just want to make sure we're talking about the same person. No, it's Jennifer Garner. God damn. Okay. Yeah, this Jennifer Garner. See, that's the thing with the name Julia Garner and then Jennifer Garner. It's so close together, right? It's so close. So people out there might be thinking, oh, Julia Garner is a person who is political, right? Or has done political shit before. And then only to find out, no, that's not the case. So let's see. All right, hold on. I'll bring this up here. Okay, so has Julia Garner ever been political? 18 things no. Okay, see this one here, an ally for president. Okay, this is about Jennifer Garner, not Julia Garner, even though I put that in quotations. Okay, Julia Garner. Let's see. Became a okay. Well, let's see here. Right. Biden, nothing. Trump, nothing. Okay. Politics, nothing. Election, nothing. So there's nothing in this op-ed. Oh, you guys can't see that. Sorry. This you guys can't see that at all. So they're still on this page. I thought I moved over here. Okay. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't, yeah, there's nothing there about her that is political. So yeah, well, okay. According to the Chuds, being a woman is political. Yeah. I mean, sure. They would say that, you know, they would say that because they don't, you got to remember that these guys don't actually like have any actual arguments, right? What are they upset for? Yeah. Darkness here says she's spotless when it comes to politics. Yeah, exactly. Like, what has she done? Is it just because it's a female Silver Surfer? And that's what it boils down to. We have to, okay. Like, you have to remember that it doesn't matter what anyone's actually said. Not at all. Oh, wait, I saw someone on there, saw something about Trump on there for Jennifer Garner. Yeah, that's Jennifer Garner, who's more politically minded and active than Julia Garner, who we know nothing about really, because she's like a younger actor. She was in like, what, 3 seasons of the Ozarks on Netflix? I don't know. But again, this is why I don't want to talk about movie news as much anymore. It's like there's shit that's cool. Like, you know, there's a Matrix movie, right? They got announced today. That's kind of cool. Drew Goddard, hell yeah. But you look at all these guys, it's just, again, it's so much misinformation and it's so much bullshit and they all know it. And deep down, we all know it. And that ends up being the bigger problem here is that we all know that they're full of shit. They know that they're full of shit. And no one ever stops to try to like end it. How do you do it? And that kind of goes to my idea though about why YouTubers are retiring, because after a while you realize that you can't win. It's like gambling. It is really like gambling. The house always wins. You have your professional gamblers, all right, but most people burn the hell out. And that's kind of a lot of what this shit is. Video games isn't even as fun anymore. I mean, yeah, kind of, depending. Like certain big games I don't want to play. I'll wait. I've been playing older games. Right? I've been playing a lot of older games and stuff. I mean, there's like games coming out that I want to get, but I'm like, I'll wait. I'll just wait. I don't need them. They're not going anywhere. YouTubers, well, here's the thing. Some of the big YouTubers are retiring because they're financially secure. They've got other deals and they still maintain earnings from their channels and shit. But those are like the 1%ers. You know what I mean? But there's other YouTubers. Like look at Repsion. Repsion's got nearly 1 million subs. That's enough money to fucking live off of. I was making bank with 165,000 subs. He's got like 750,000. And he got his commercial driver's license and he's like retiring from YouTube this year. Look at Review Tech USA. Review Tech USA has over 1 million subs, right? Was paying an editor, paying Jay, realized that was going away, couldn't afford to pay Jay anymore. So he let Jay go. And the two were fine, but I'm just saying it's like, there are factors. There are factors that go into this stuff in order to make it something that's viable. And the YouTube of old, the YouTube of 2016 is gone. Now we're in the age of extravagancy. The extravagancy or hyperbole. So we're in the age of Mr. Beast, who has, I think I said this last night, has fundamentally destroyed YouTube. Nothing against Jimmy. He seems like a nice enough guy, but he's destroyed YouTube. Because so many other people, have you seen what goes on with the kid stuff? Fuck, bro. Fuck. So many family vloggers that just put a camera in their kid's face all the time. My kid watches some of that stuff and I have to tell her to turn it off. PewDiePie barely posts. Yeah. PewDiePie was making like $4 or $5 million a year for a while. Like he was set. He is set. Let's see here. Doesn't YouTube want to cozy up to mainstream media more than its users? Well, the reason why they would do that is because mainstream media will bring its own advertisers in, right? So like for a while, like I think was it like COVID or whatever, or any event, any major tragedy or some shit like that. You or me talk about it, there's a high probability that the video is going to be demonetized, right? Because of the content. Someone like, let's say Stephen Colbert talks about it. His videos run ads. Jimmy Kimmel, his videos run ads, right? Mainstream media, their videos run ads. Why is that? It's not a double standard in the sense of using the Google AdSense partner system, okay, the partner program. What they have is they have their own media marketing team, and those guys go to YouTube and they bring advertisers with them, meaning YouTube will allow it to run and they'll get a cut of that percentage, as will the people who are, making the videos. So it isn't part of Google Ads that those ads run specifically, right? It's done through a third-party program, and that's why they're allowed to do it, because they bring that money to the table. We don't bring that money to the table. We earn that money by having ads run. We earn that money by doing what we do. We don't have that. Why do you think everyone takes fucking sponsorships now, right? Like one of my favorite things is when a YouTuber does like a fucking takedown video or an exposed video on somebody else, and it's like so fucking hyperbolic, and they're just like, I didn't want to make this video, guys. I didn't want to do it, but I feel I have to do it. By the way, today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends or NordVPN. You see what I'm saying? It's all performative bullshit. It's all performative bullshit. The people out there who take all those fucking sponsorships, like, that's what they do. They get those companies will hit them up like, hey, listen, I'll pay you 10 grand to do a sponsorship on every one of your videos, or however many videos they contract them for. And then they do it. And then the YouTuber's like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. I don't want to kill my friend because he's my friend. But Raid Shadow Legends is such an amazing multiplayer mobile game that you can now play on your computer. And if you sign up now using code Pendejo, you can get 4 brand new characters that are completely not able to be ground. This is not a pay-to-play system, folks, but if you sign up using code Pendejo, you get a win for free. That's a lot of that shit. Let's see. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye are still around, but they aren't relevant anymore. Exactly. They have their audience, they do their thing, but they're able to branch out. Jacksepticeye came to the States to become what? A voice actor? And the only thing I think I've seen him in is like Free Guy, but like same with Pokimane. And Pokimane, didn't she leave Twitch for like Kick or something? You know, I mean, yeah, Tony here says most big YouTubers are venturing on to other things. And there's quite a bit of them that are, and that's good. They should. I want to, but I don't know what to do. A lot of YouTubers are sellouts. Well, that's the name of the game, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, I mean, like, I hate to say it like that, but it's true. I mean, like, I took $2,500 from Candid back in 2016 to do a, like, fucking 5-minute video for them. It took me an hour and a half to put together, $2,500, just like that. And they wanted me to do another video that I could have gotten like 10,000. But then, of course, you know, fucking everyone lost their shit over Candid and fucking ran that thing into the goddamn ground. And then chose to attack me and Shoe on Head. And that was a whole other fucking nonsense bullshit thing. I backed out after that. I told them I don't want to work with them anymore. Shoe on Head and Armored Skeptic continued to work with them. And I remember even Armored Skeptic was like, well, I give Candid the Armored Skeptic seal of approval. Yeah, how much was that? How much was that statement? How much was that seal of approval worth, Gregory? How much was that seal of approval worth? If I got 2,500 to fucking no, sorry, it was only 2,000. I had 2,500 for another one that I got. It's a 2,000 for that one. And how much was that fucking seal of approval bought and paid for? There's a total difference. Let's see. Show Critical Drinker how making a movie is done. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my Twitter, I actually today decided to let me find it here. So let me bring this up here. So here's my Twitter, all right? And so I did today I did Noah, who's been in the chat. We had an hour conversation about the making of In Search Of today. I took him through the whole process. Decided to put it up on my Twitter. 14 years ago, I decided to make a film. I wanted to make a movie before leaving San Diego for LA. With some help, I made In Search Of in 2 days for less than $500. Despite its flaws, I love this little flick, and I've had it available for free for a long time now. And then, of course, you know, if anybody wants to watch it, the whole feature film is right here. Turns out, this feature film, as I found out here, I'll show you guys this. This is kind of cool. Has been seen 7,500 times in the last 11 years. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, really? Yellow Flash and his crew reacted to the movie? Cool. Cool. I'm sure they hated it, and that's absolutely fine. I know like Drunken Peasants have watched it. Not Drunken Peasants, Deep Fat Fried. I've talked about it and everything else. I don't care. Like, this is like, dude, no one will tear this movie apart more than me, but no one will also love this movie more than me. That's the difference, though. Is I'm okay with people watching it and saying that it sucks ass. I have no issue with that whatsoever. In fact, one of the things that Noah and I are going to do probably next week on the $3 Theater channel is we're going to do a live watch party of it. And then he'll ask me questions and we'll do a director's commentary while we go through it. And so, yeah, like, again, I'm fine. I'm so removed from this thing on that front where like my love of it is very much what it is. You know, and it's not the greatest thing on the fucking planet, but it's something that I made with my friends and I love it. Do a sequel and put it up on Tubi. I want to try to put this movie up on Tubi. So see, CJ here says if Boogie did shorts with his Francis skits again, he'd blow up. Yeah, he would. The problem, though, is he thinks that there's no money in the Francis shorts, which is not true at all. Francis shorts, like a minute, would do really well, right? Like Francis TikToks Like, hey guys, I'm Francis, and I'm gonna destroy a PlayStation 5 with my Doritos. There you go. Fucking, views going up, man. Let's see. Yellow Flash called me a failed Hollywood director. Right. Yeah, sure. I never went to Hollywood to direct movies, by the way. I went to Hollywood to write, and I made that movie before I went. Whatever. Calling me a failed Hollywood director is better than a never was. Just saying, Yellow Flash, right? Calling me a failed Hollywood director means I tried. I tried and failed, and I can acknowledge that, and I can laugh about it because I still did it. I still put myself out there. I put myself out there all the time. Isn't he? Is he doing a comic? Am I remembering that correctly? Did I hear that correctly? That Yellow Fashy baby is trying to do a comic and whatnot. Yeah, Anna, that Star Wars girl, went full pinup. Didn't she? Yeah, she's not even that hot. Like, she's not even that hot. It's so funny to me. It's all like, Anna, the Star Wars girl, she does her rogue cosplay. Her cosplay is super photoshopped. It's not even interesting. But then again, I also don't really care for like any cosplay. I'm not a cosplay person. I don't really care. Fourth here, if you do a $500 sequel, your haters will watch it and make the Chuds characters in it. If I do here's the thing with this one, right? I don't want to do a direct sequel to In Search of. That story is very much contained in its own world, and I'm okay with that. What I want to do is do another In Search of movie, but the original idea that I had. That's what I want to do next. But I also want to crowdfund it, but my point of crowdfunding it would be to do it and then to give it away for free, right? Like I would want to shoot it, edit it, get it all done, right? And then go, okay, great. Those now the people who wanted to see it have funded it, and we're putting it out there. And then there will be, a DVD you could buy, a Blu-ray you could buy that would be able to have like the behind the scenes stuff if you want the physical media, maybe other little things like that. And then, try to get it on Tubi or wherever else you can get it. And then just do that, because I have no desire at this point in time. I have no desire at all to want to work in the studio system. I thought I did. I really thought I did. I thought I really wanted to work in that system. I thought I really wanted to work in that industry. I love a lot of people that are in it. I think they're truly creative geniuses that are just trying to make it like everybody else. And they are at the will and mercy of so many disingenuous people that they burn out. And that's the whole point. Like, you go to Hollywood, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and within 5 years, they will zap you of everything you know about yourself, and then you leave. So many people who I knew in Los Angeles have left. And people that I know that are still there are, for the most part, barely making it. But they love it, and that's why, and I get that, because that's what draws me back to it. If you were to ask me if I could move anywhere in the world, where would I want to go? It would probably be back to LA or San Diego. Probably San Diego. Because the film community there is really cool, and there's a lot of untapped potential for filming in San Diego. But the problem with filming in San Diego is LA doesn't want to go to San Diego because San Diego is too close. I know it's weird to say, but it's true. Can you get a VHS? Can you get a VHS version of it? I sure probably would do that. You have a preloaded fan base with thousands of pre-hate watchers. I mean, kind of. They don't get the algorithm anymore. Every time I stream on this channel, I lose like 30, 40, 50 subs. Like, go look at my Social Blade. It's just down. And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it. I'm going to probably do that shit. It probably would have been Canada. I mean, well, because here's the thing with that, like, right? Because I would prefer if anywhere I want to go. I know San Diego. I know Los Angeles. My formative years were there. My younger years were there. My friends are there. Friends that I haven't seen in a very long time, that I miss and that I love and that I would love to see again, love to work with again. I can get Canadian citizenship because I'm firstborn Canadian American. I'm a firstborn. My mother was born in Canada, so I can get Canadian citizenship. So there's that. Yeah, I know you have film studios in Canada, Toronto and BC predominantly. I think Calgary's also got a fair amount, but I don't want to move to Texas to Canada. Rational says, I can convert in search of to VCD and Laserdisc. I mean, it's not hard to do VCD. Laserdisc, on the other hand. Yeah, Fandom Menace will hate watch your Tubi movie. Yeah, probably. They'll also pirate it and then watch it, but that's fine too. It's fine too. If you come to LA, I'll give you a gift basket. That sounds so ominous. Like it's gonna make a fucking horse's head in my goddamn hotel room. I'm just saying it's kind of like there's a lot you can do with it. Like I'll criticize, like even look like Eric Delay. I'll criticize the content that he's made, but I've been largely supportive of the business that he's put together. You can definitely see that it's not as big as it was, but it is what it is. It's like, I just want to like tell what I think are interesting stories that come from me. That's what I care about, and I'd like other people to care about it too, but I'm not looking in any way anymore to get into that system. It's not that I hate it. I just don't think it's relevant to my interests anymore. I still love movies. I adore movies. I love talking about movies. But there is this, especially with the YouTube space, it's like there's this weird pressure on it. What do you think? What do you think of me, or why do you think ill of me? I don't think ill of you, but you are a troll, Mo. So either it'd be a horse head or a cum-filled sock. I'm not too certain yet. All right, Command Unit here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says Adeptus Ridiculous in their Patreon, biggest Patreon by YouTube creator, has effectively created a wave of 40K YouTube creators. I mean, good for them. Good for them. And again, that's only going to get bigger as 40K hits the mainstream here in the United States. That's going to get massive. And get ready for the culture war to come to fucking Warhammer 40K. You know what I mean? All those articles. Why aren't there any female space marines? Why are all the orcs just men? Why does the Emperor hate women? Yeah, all that shit. Well, they're just going to make crap up. We know that they do. We know that they have to. They have to in order to get the clicks, because everything is like that though, right? Everything is like that. Everything has to be like that. If not, it just gets crazy. Also for 5, thank you for that command unit. It says, I would say New Zealand personally if I wanted to work in the local film industry. Don't get me wrong. I have a feeling that when I go to New Zealand one day, because I want to, when I go there, I'm just going to be like, yeah, I don't need to go back home. I'm just going to squat here. I'm just going to squat here. The guy who created Paranormal Activity actually emigrated from, he started in San Diego, shot the movie there, went to LA, got pissed off at the Trump administration, and then went to New Zealand. And he is now a citizen of New Zealand. So, I mean, look, you got to be like somewhat, like he did it. Tony asking, does my movie have any gay or woke characters? Because that's the only way Melanie Mack will review it. No, it doesn't have any gay or woke characters. No, there's no, there's some fucking, but not in the traditional sense. In Search of 2 starring RJ. I would say In Search of 2 starring RJ would be a documentary chronicling RJ's life in Alabama, and then us making our way northbound to Boston for his date of a lifetime with Saggy. And, we'll go through the process of like getting him a dating coach, and like teaching him how to speak to women in not Final Fantasy VII Clarith memes. And then we'll teach him the etiquette of eating pussy, because you gotta do that, right? If you gotta be able to eat the pussy. And then he's gonna kill me if he listens to this, I swear. How Melanie Mack got her groove back. Is that a Blacked.com original? Oh man. Let's see. Drone shots for the reboot of Matt Jarbo as he walks through the Misty Mountains. Oh, sorry. In Search of New Zealand would be a perfect place for an In Search of reboot. Yeah. I mean, like everyone's like, oh, In Search of, like that Leonard Nimoy series from back in the day. I'm like, I've never seen. I didn't even know that existed until I did my movie. The original concept of my movie is something entirely different. You know what I mean? There's the concept of the movie is something, you know, that I think is kind of cool, and I would love to make it. I'd love to make it. I think a lot of people would really like it. I think a lot of people would really get behind it. And everything else. Yeah. Let's see. We need cameos from the chat. Maybe have Mo as a driver and Donovan as some crazy bum on the streets. Ever since I finally blocked that Donovan's alt account, like he's gone quiet on there. I checked it the other day. I was kind of curious if he's still freaking out. He's gone quiet. As far as I can tell, there's been no other alt account popping up and whatever. Yeah, if Mo wanted to come to Washington, we could do. I mean, or I could even do my. I wrote a script when I was living in LA. I wrote a script for a found footage movie. About it's called Where Is Tate? And it's about a girl, like an 18, 19-year-old teenager girl named Winnie, whose brother is kidnapped by a predator and presumably killed. And then this guy like tortures them, like sends messages, calls them, all this stuff, and then goes silent. And then she thinks like that her brother is dead because they found bloody clothing belonging to the brother. And then she gets a message from the brother that he's still alive. So she then is trying to track him down with the help of a private detective. I think it's a good script. I like it. I wrote that back 2011, I think 2012, maybe. I had a little netbook, right? One of those little like netbooks, you know? And so I'd go to like Denny's, you know, 24-hour Denny's with my little netbook, you know, and I'd sit there and just like order, you know, fries and a Coke, you know, and I'd like just drink my Coke and I was like working on my script, you know, little fucking tiny goddamn thing. And then I'd go to like 24-hour cafes, or I'd go to Starbucks with my girlfriend and we'd just be out there working on our netbooks and stuff. The whole thing you would see from being in LA, right? Because some people have big ass like MacBooks, you know. And then I'm out there with like 100 and like, I think that it cost me like $300 for like this like netbook. And I was like, and then like I upgraded to an iPad 3. That was my 30th birthday gift present to myself. And so then I had like the little keyboard out there and I was like working on that, trying to be, you know, trying to do the stuff. LA, man. You know, it's just a whole fucking thing. It's a whole fucking thing. You gotta love it, right? Like it's like LA is just a different beast in entirety. You know, it's like, and then I live here now, and there's like nothing that's 24 hours a day, with the exception of like a couple little like stores, and you know, like a couple stores, and like a couple gyms. You know. Although all things considered, if I really wanted a quiet place at night to go and work on something, my office is closed. Like my work is closed and I have access. I could probably be like, hey, I'm gonna go sit in the back office and just work on something. They'll be like, all right, whatever. So I go to Denny's to harass. Wait, no, I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? If I'm sitting there with my headphones in, drinking a soda, eating French fries because they're cheap, and I'm working on a screenplay, that's harassing the waitresses? No, I'm just not giving them, you know, a lot of tips and shit. That's just the problem because I don't have the money. Command Unit here says, the only 40K cinematic project I think would cause a storm is Caiaphas Cain series is very non-politically correct. Again, I don't think it's going to matter at that point in time. Okay. Once Henry Cavill does this thing and he makes it his thing and he does this whole bit with it, we're going to see a lot of stuff. And that's going to be where things get like remarkably fascinating, I think. Because yeah, let it be, because I already know there's like this fascist belief structure around Warhammer 40K, right? There's like this idea that some people are like, oh, it's white nationalism, it's white supremacy, the Space Marines are the space fascists. Right? A lot of that. That's going to happen a lot. Unfortunately, with our media here in the States, the illiterate morons are going to do what they're going to do. All right, Darkness, buddy. See you later, man. Have a good one. Music Man says, I'm back. What's up, dog? Wait, no, we got that one already. Fourth here says, your villain needs to be a neo-Nazi film critic who lures a woke first-time filmmaker into a fake screening of his film. That could be, is he Jewish? Is the filmmaker Jewish, or is he perceived to be Jewish, right? His name, he's got a Polish-sounding last name, but the neo-Nazis, illiterate, thinks it's Jewish. Is that what's going on? That's actually not a bad idea. There's actually a real story about that, by the way. Not so much like that, but there was this guy in Canada, of all places. This guy is like talking to a woman online, right? Talking to this woman, online dating, whatever. And she's like, hey, how you doing there, eh? Why don't you come on over to my house for a little bit of a party? Just mix like 3 accents right there for no reason. Dude goes to the house, right? The instructions say, just like the garage door is like half open, go in the garage door. And so he's like, okay, because dude, pussy, the thought of pussy will fucking lure a motherfucker, right? So he goes in, and then like the door shuts, and this guy just attacks him like a cattle prod or some kind of stun device. And the dude gets out, right? Runs away and whatever. But then never told anybody about it because he was worried. This is like, I was a guy. I was attacked by another guy. This is embarrassing for me. And then like somebody else goes missing, similar circumstances, and they find the body in a drain. Turns out it was a filmmaker who had written a story about a serial killer, and he was acting it out. It's a crazy story. Yeah, I think it's March Twitchell. Yeah, I think that was it. Anyway, let's see. Furious TV here says Henry Cavill is just the Kickstarter of every franchise destruction. It's not a coincidence that they hire him before making it extra diverse. He's part of the system/machine. I'm going to disagree with you on that one because Henry Cavill is, up until this point, was just an actor. He's got no say over who else gets cast. His biggest gripe with The Witcher was largely the lack of following the story. Right? Bo DeMeo, the guy who created X-Men 97 and who was showrunning it until they found out that he had an OnlyFans and that he apparently showed trunk, and they fired him, even though X-Men 97 is one of the best goddamn things to come out in the last few years. They, Henry Bo and Henry were very open about that. And that's one of the reasons why Henry left. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one there. But now he's in charge. So now he, of the Amazon stuff, he's in charge of Warhammer. It's his baby. So that's going to be the thing. Play Bolt Gun already. I have been. I've got it on my ROG Ally. I played it the other night for like 2 hours. It was fucking awesome. Dude, Bolt Gun is great. Yes, it's on Xbox Games Pass is how I was playing it on my handheld. Music Man, yeah, it's called Bonely Fans. Like Beaun Lee Fans. Yeah. You can Google it and like find like, you can't see like his dick in Google. But you can see like, he's like shirtless. The dude's ripped. The guy, the good looking dude, and he's talented and people wanted to pay to see his dick and balls. And it's like, apparently Disney's like, that's too far. Stupid. Play Evil West is on Game Pass. Oh, I haven't played Evil West yet. Weird West was on Games Pass last year. I played the fuck out of that. That was fun. What about Bo DeMeo? Yeah, dude, look it up. Google it. Bo DeMeo OnlyFans. Look it up. That's currently like the whole fucking that is currently like the like that's the theory. That's the prevailing theory about why he was fired. No one really knows yet. Also, okay, Garrick here for $5. Thank you, buddy. Says, does Mike Zero's pivot to anti-Disney content prove Star Wars theories speculation content? Wait. Star Wars theory. Oh, does it prove that? Oh, Star Wars theory Sorry. Yeah. Star Wars theory and speculation content is dead on YouTube. Yeah. So here's the thing with that, right? What we have to remember is that in many ways, it was always like back in 2015 to largely 2019, you could make the argument that that's the height of the speculation because everything was kind of new. Then Bob Iger pulls it back, right? No feature film. We're going to slow down. And we still get the stuff going on Disney Plus, but it's not the same thing, right? It's not the same thing as what we might get from, let's say, like a movie, right? Like Mandalorian and Grogu, that's going to be the next movie. And that should really test the mettle and the might of the Disney Plus shows and to see how well they do. But Mike Zero, let me bring up Mike Zero real quick, just so you guys can see, like, we've talked about him before, but let's bring up what he's been up to recently. Okay, what he's been up to recently here. So he's got 364,000 subscribers. All right. He's gone up a lot. You figure all the bullshit he lied about the Rise of Skywalker, everything he always lied about Star Wars, everything he says is a lie at this point, basically very provable lie at this point, especially the older Star Wars content. He was mocked on the set of The Last Jedi and everything else. Check this out. Here's his monthly stats, okay? So in the category of entertainment from March 4th to April 3rd, he's gotten 3,421,000 views, a 73% up compared to the previous period. And he's got 6,000 new subscribers going up. We can see this over the course of the past month. He's been going up quite a bit. So there's he's steadily increasing. He's steadily gaining subscribers and getting a lot of views. And this is the shit that he puts out. Okay. Bob Iger freaks out after gender swapped Wolverine drama. What's the rest? With Deadpool 3, Disney and Marvel failure. Okay. Woke director strikes back. Woke Star Wars director attacks fans after the Acolyte trailer disaster. Disney is officially done. Ryan Reynolds just cost Jimmy Kimmel millions of dollars in Deadpool 3 disaster with Disney. What? Ryan Reynolds just destroyed Joy Behar after Deadpool 3 disaster. Disney and Marvel hit rock bottom. I mean, if you just look at this shit, right? If you just look at this shit, it's like everything was 33,000 views, 65,000 views, 24,000 views, 13,000 views. And that's all, these three are just from today. But 9 minutes, 8 seconds, 9 minutes, 10 seconds, 9 minutes, 14 seconds. Why are they all 9 minutes, 12 seconds? Why are they all 9 minutes? Look, 9 minutes, 7 seconds. Why are they all the same fucking length? Because that is a minute over what you need to roll a mid-roll ad. Or at least a post-roll and a pre-roll. Like it is, the zero method, just make shit up. That's the zero method, just make shit up. That's what it is. That's what all of this is. Everything he does. Like let's just hear. We'll take this Joy Behar one, right? Look at this here. So he does. Joy Behar takes legal action at Ryan Reynolds after Deadpool 3 drama, 101,000 views. Then Ryan Reynolds just destroyed Joy Behar. So let's Google this then. Like, right? Okay, let's see here. Is there anything going on? Ryan Reynolds versus Joy Behar. Anything going on with this? All right. So let's find out here. Okay. Based on the search results provided, there does not appear to be any credible evidence that Ryan Reynolds and Joy Behar have had any kind of public confrontation. The search results seem to be referencing fictional or fabricated stories from untrustworthy sources. All right. The remaining search results are all YouTube videos with sensationalized titles claiming that Reynolds has destroyed, trashed, or gone to war with Joy Behar. However, these videos do not seem to be from reputable news sources, and their content is likely speculative or misleading. I mean, this is AI. This is an AI model that's like, this dude is full of shit, right? So let's see. I'm kind of curious. I'm curious, but that's how he gets you. Oops, shit. Oh, wait, hold on.
Associated with.
Sorry, guys. My bad. I thought I clicked the button.
Now, with just a couple of more months to go until the marketing campaign truly ramps up for Deadpool 3 via Disney and Marvel Studios, there's been a lot of drama happening behind the scenes with, of course, Ryan Reynolds, director Sean Levy, writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, and the whole Joy Behar situation associated with Bob Iger and Kevin Feige at large.
Just a minute. Think about that. 30 seconds in. The Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, Paul Wernick, Rhett Reese, mad at Joy Behar, the late 70s host from The View, and they're mad at Joy Behar. What?
This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. So, one thing about the whole Deadpool and Wolverine situation, by the way, we are getting a new trailer next month, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot of workings by Disney right now to attach it to the Planet of the Apes film, so there's a lot of things going on with that. But
okay, so that's what he does right there, right? So he's setting the stage for his bullshit by including a nugget of truth. Or a nugget of rumor. There has been a rumor that we will be getting another trailer for Deadpool versus Wolverine after or Deadpool, whatever it's called, Deadpool and Wolverine. I forget the name of it now. What they call it again? It was Deadpool and Wolverine. Is that correct? I forget. I don't know. I'm so tired. But anyway, for Deadpool 3, they're going to give us, a trailer. Obviously, the next big release for 20th Century Studios is going to be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which comes out pretty soon. So it's just like, okay, so that's the nugget of truth you have to remember there, but everything else is bullshit.
Interestingly enough, we know that Deadpool 3 has had a handful of drama-driven situations related to the third act of the film, to the marketing campaign, and it doesn't stop there.
There's no proof of any of that whatsoever. There's nothing about that. The only issue with that movie was they got delayed during the strike and they had to go back to finish filming pretty soon. Other than that, there's been like nothing out of this movie. Again, he's like, we know all this. No, we don't. That's not even remotely accurate. There's no credible source backing that up.
Now, one thing about Joy Behar is that she serves as one of the talkers of the Walt Disney Company. She is, of course, one of the many faces of the Walt Disney Company that will defend them through and through.
Hey, what's up, Anna? So, Joy Behar is one member of 5 on the nationally syndicated ABC talk show, The View, which mostly speaks to housewives and that audience. The fuck does that have to do with anything? The price of tea in China. Anna, have you been following any of this? I know you said you had zero respect for Mike Zero.
I was just making a bunch of jokes. I've only been watching for the past 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the start of this video, and yeah, I've seen you talk about this guy before.
It's been a while.
He's gotten more desperate over time, I can tell.
But it's working. That's the hardest part.
I know.
Or that's the saddest part, is that it's all working, because it's all just again, he's on minute and a half now, and he said nothing of value except there might be a trailer coming next month with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We know that already. But otherwise, there's nothing else that's going on. But I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's largely repetitive.
I feel you. Yeah.
But I'm waiting for any bit of information that's not wildly speculative.
It seems like there's a big correlation between success and giving up your integrity. Is all I'm
yeah. It really, really does.
Unless someone betrays her at one given point in time, such as what happened with the $10 million payout deal going sour. Let's discuss. Now, specifically, all right, we already know that the marketing campaign for Deadpool 3 is already pretty much destroyed at this point, and it's not needed to begin with. I mean, all you really need is a good trailer.
Okay, hold on. How is the the marketing on this movie is already done. They haven't even started marketing it yet. It comes out in 112 days. Right? They're not going to start marketing it until 90 days out. So that's why we're getting a trailer in a month or whatever. They're going to start marketing it at the beginning maybe of May to get us to when it comes out in July. What the fuck? I know. Even you're I don't fucking know.
trailer, you need a very good solid second full trailer that, by the way, will focus on Wolverine. That's all you need for the marketing campaign. You don't need these actors like Hugh and Ryan to go on the nonsense View show or the Jimmy Kimmel live show, to which they all bailed out from. Now, moving on forward with the...
Okay, see, that's... Okay, now that's something he says there. Anna, did you hear that? That they bailed out from those shows.
That is absolutely fucking insane. Like,
yeah, I'm just looking this here. I'm just looking like, yeah. Bail from appearing on the View. Let's see. Okay, based on, all right. Let's see. Based on the search results provided, it does not appear that Ryan Reynolds bailed from appearing on the View. The search results focus on the reported fallout between Ryan Reynolds and his friend Jake Gyllenhaal, as well as Reynolds' praise for his wife Blake Lively's contribution to his movie Free Guy. There's no mention of Reynolds backing out of the View. So what happened? Wait, but what happened with fucking Jake Gyllenhaal?
people just say shit then, huh?
Yeah, gone their separate ways. Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal's pals left scratching their heads over bizarre bromance fallout. And this is from January of 2023. I didn't know, for one, that Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal were broing it up.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I don't know.
A lot of these dudes are friends, you know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, all right, whatever. Used to be besties, but now the two barely speak. Radar Online has learned. I mean, who fucking cares?
You
know?
needed something to write about that day, just like this fucking dude did on his channel. Like,
right,
how many times have I told you, like, you got to fill in that fucking quota, four videos a day for some people, 3 videos a day for some people.
Yeah.
You know, clickbait headlines, even if you can't find some news, you got to scrounge something together or else you'll fall off. You know what I mean? People get addicted to the high, got to keep pushing the envelope. It's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, no, it really is. It really is. And you just have to kind of, I don't know, like I look at this and I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. You know, like, but people believe it, right? People are believing that he is like this. So I'm gonna let me close out from this one, right? So I'm go back. So let's see here. This has got 101,000 views as of 2 days ago.
That's
with
insane.
3,600 thumbs up. Okay, let's see what some of the comments are saying. I'm just kind of curious here because also you got to look how YouTube has now pushed all the comments all the way down to the bottom. So let's do sort by top comments. Okay, I hope Joy earns the privilege of paying Ryan's legal fees. Ironic how the most miserable people are named Joy, Whoopi, and Sunny. Good for Ryan Reynolds. I hope he stands his ground. What? Does Disney have the right to force its agenda on filmmakers? Deadpool is the only success Disney has. They should leave it alone. They should The View should have been canceled a long time ago. Well, listen, okay, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that statement.
Oh, no one's going to disagree with that.
It's,
Fuck
I mean,
View.
they were only relevant when Meghan McCain was on there. That was the funniest thing, because every time Meghan McCain opened her mouth, it became fucking like national news.
I've heard some vile things said on The View before. Like,
yeah,
I can agree with that, but
the only marketing Deadpool needs is Ryan Reynolds making a handheld video recording of his phone and posting it on YouTube. I mean, I do agree with that.
yeah, I don't disagree with that shit.
You know, stand firm, Ryan, fight back. The fans are on your side. For what? Like, it's, again, this is like delusional shit.
Fight the good fight, Joe.
What's okay? Like, what does that mean? Fight the good fucking fight. And I don't even want, here's the thing, I don't even want to like watch the video.
Well, okay, here's the thing, man. They make everything into tribalistic shit. So they're going to take any fucking news story, no matter how mundane it is. They're going to find a way to blow it up into something that's like way bigger than it's meant to be. They make a mountain out of a molehill. And the viewers are like used to getting outraged about nothing. So they're going to look for shit that even like Mike Zero might not find shit to get mad about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of his fucking comments might give him a new angle. And that outrage culture and being part of it and getting people in that headspace really allows you to like zero in on that shit.
Yeah.
I get it.
You did it. You said it. I don't have a drop for that, you know.
But
Yeah, but or pow 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 pow. there we go. So, okay. So I looked at the transcript real quick. It's just in like 2 seconds, he's going to get to the point of this whole thing.
All right.
So just like, look at the fuck. This is crazy.
The current Deadpool 3 drama only getting worse for those like Bob Iger and Kevin Feige as Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, and others stand up against Disney to prevent DEI from spilling into the third act. One major development has much to do with Joy Behar taking legal action against Reynolds after he stepped down from appearing on The View for this June to promote the film. A significant update to the entire situation involves how just recently Behar is now putting full blame on Ryan Reynolds for the one responsible of her losing out on her $10 million payout by the Walt Disney Company that they are now refusing to pay her, that was promised by Bob Iger and the rest of the board, where Reynolds was going to originally appear on 5 whole episodes of The View, doing one-on-one interviews with Joy Behar and even Whoopi Goldberg, dressed up as Deadpool, with a special guest appearance from Hugh Jackman and other cast members and creators. Ryan was the first one to step down due to his issues with Joy pushing the conversation and the plans of the conversation to swing to the importance of DEI, and is now already informing Reynolds' agent.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, oh my God, that's fucking aneurysm causing right there.
There's
Holy
nothing to
shit.
suggest that this actually happened, though.
There's nothing to suggest any of this. So let's unravel the rabbit hole for a quick second. Okay. So he's saying that Ryan Reynolds had worked a deal with the producers of The View to appear in 5 separate shows in June to promote the movie Deadpool and Wolverine in character as Deadpool for at least one of those days, where Joy Behar was going to be conducting a one-on-one personal or private or whatever interview with the cast members, and he backed out, and somehow that's going to prevent her from getting $10 million in cash. Never mind the fact that she's simply just an employee of the ABC network underneath the production company that is overseeing The View. Her paycheck comes as a predetermined salary that is negotiated by her fucking agent every time they renew a contract. The fuck?
This amounts to what is essentially being given to his audience here is like celebrity fan fiction.
This is wild, man.
Like, no source to back up his argument when you looked into it, like, you couldn't find anything that was even anywhere similar to this headline. It is literally just him saying it, and because he puts out shit on a consistent basis and he pleases the YouTube algorithm, impressionable fucking idiots who like this content are just going to believe it because it confirms their biases.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't do their own independent research, because unlike you, they're just willing to believe this because it confirms something that they already want to believe.
They have to believe, right? Because he starts talking about DEI, like the diversity, equity, and inclusion shit is something that, again, it's like, it's done because it works when they do it. Make no mistake. It's a capitalistic thing. I've mentioned this before, but DEI, ESG is capitalism. That's what it is. The desire to put some stuff in your product, whether it's your television show, your movie, your video game, whatever, that is going to speak to the largest possible fucking base of people that can get the most amount of people to invest money into actually fucking, like watching, reading, buying your shit.
100%, man. 100%.
I'm just,
I know you're just keeping it $1.50, man.
Like, this is when I say, okay, again, you guys see it down here. I get why YouTubers are retiring. This is one of the reasons why. How do you compete with that? How do you fight that? How do you challenge it? How do you, if you care about this stuff, how do you deprogram people? How do you get them away from it? Because again, it's all the algorithm. The algorithm is what's, doing this. But I'll tell you, it's
hard to deprogram because the algorithm is, you might be able to get some traction there, but you're not going to get the same type of traction that the people who are abusing the algorithm to do this type of indoctrination bullshit are going to get. So you're always going to have that disadvantage. And YouTube is just not supporting people with a noble agenda to encourage people to simply think for themselves. Like, I feel like a lot of people just want that. They're not trying to make someone think necessarily like, oh, more leftist or more right wing. There are some people who genuinely do just want people to do more critical, independent thinking. But the algorithm doesn't support those people. They support the outrage fucking merchants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's all those people are the ones that are on there for longer. They're the ones that are on there engaging in the comment section, liking a video or
they can commit
whatever.
the most time because they're making the most money off it.
But I bet you if you were to look at the age demographic breakdown, you would see that this is largely a 35 to 44 or 44 to 54 audience. Because I've seen this shift for a while, right? Like I've talked about this for a while where it's like go back 15 years. Okay. And it's like, or even more than that, go back to 2005, MySpace, that was the big one, and what happened? It was a college thing, right? MySpace was first pitched to me by my friend as a college hookup website. That's how he first pitched it to me. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, I want to get some pussy, whatever. So I ran over there and signed up, but then everyone else did it too. And then for a while, it was just your friends. It was just college kids, younger kids, whatever. Right. And then all of a sudden, here come your parents. Well, I want to see what little Johnny's up to. So parents start to come over to fucking MySpace. Right. And
now it's lame.
Now it's lame. Now it's stupid. Then what happens? You get Facebook and then it's the same concept all over again. Everyone just migrates over to fucking Facebook. Now it's a haven for your crazy fucking uncles to spread shit with impunity.
It's the boomer social media
platform. It really is. It really is. And so now where are those boomers now? Oh, they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, and this is 100% true. YouTube is the second most used search engine in the world. It's
right behind Google
and YouTube, and they're owned by the same company.
Damn, yeah. That's a big part of the reason why YouTube purchased. Google purchased YouTube in the first place.
Well, they got them way back in the day. I think it's because Google Video wasn't taking off as much as they wanted, and YouTube, yeah. But
I think even then the search engine, was accurate.
It was probably you being able to utilize all that stuff, right? Now the thing is, now all the young kids have gone over to TikTok, but a lot of their parents have gone over there as well. TikTok has faster adoption rates than like anything we've seen. Like legitimately, it took many, many, many years to get old people to go from MySpace to Facebook to YouTube, right? Twitter, not even Twitter. Twitter is like dying off, even though Elon Musk is lying his ass off about the fucking numbers. But you've got the TikTok integration rate is high. Like 2 billion people use TikTok. It's wildly popular. But because people, again, like you're on your phone when you're mostly out of your house.
True, yeah.
So it's the easiest way to just get content.
People are addicted to that mobile quick hitting format because it's convenient to them.
But it's also not bad.
No, no.
It has its perks. It has its
I don't believe it is inherently superior or inferior. It serves its purpose, just like long form or medium form content. You know what I mean?
If fucking TikTok would let me go background app, I'd be so happy. I'd be on there so much more.
People's attention spans are not entirely going away because I've noticed that like it's the medium form content that's suffering the most. People love really short videos nowadays, but they also love their long ass video essays.
Yeah, I think like if you can do something over like 24 minutes or something, like because that's how I view it. For example, right? Like and this is just how my brain works. Like let's say I'm at work and I'm driving, I drop off my passengers and I've got 20 minutes to go get my next set, or maybe even longer. Maybe I have 2 hours because I've got to drive all the way back. Or no, usually speaking, it's I drop them off and then I pick up another batch and take them where they need to go. But then whenever I'm done dropping those people off, I might have an hour or two to get back to our base and then pick up the next set. So I have all that time and I'm like, all right, well, I'm looking for something to listen to. And so when I'm looking for something to listen to, like I look for things that I'm driving on the freeway. So I don't want to keep having to thumb through my app, right?
You want something long form.
I want something long form.
Put on and not think about.
Yeah. Like at least 20 minutes. But the problem with that, and this is even, and I'll even make the claim sometimes I have issues with this, is like, how do you become engaging for 25 plus minutes? A lot of people lose steam when they do this. Like they do longer videos because they feel like it's necessary. And you could just go, God, you could cut out like 90% of the shit.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. Like not everybody can put the time into it that like the big names when it comes to long form video essays can put in. But I have noticed some success because he doesn't always have to be a tightly edited, put together super well experienced. Like it can be medium quality when it comes to like presentation. If you have a good enough dynamic between people, it's difficult to do for one person, right? I think that's the problem here, right?
I mean, I think I'm pretty good at holding it for a while. I can definitely I can do that.
Though.
Yeah, and I hear that from my guests all the time, my passengers. They'll talk. I say, yeah, I do podcasting on YouTube, and they're like, oh yeah, I can hear it in your voice. Yeah, you can put on the voice, and I'm like, well, it is exactly what I like to do. You know, but it works because it's like I can tell stories and then go from there. But it really is difficult if you don't have something kind of preset. You know, like I watch what I really hate is like when okay, I'll give you an example, like Hassan Piker. I don't watch Hassan, but I'll use him as an example.
All right.
So Hassan will do his long streams. His streams are boring. I mean, like suck starter shotgun boring. That's how bad they are. They're so. Have you ever watched Hassan Piker live?
No, I've never watched this.
He's terrible. Right? Sorry. What people like him for is when he gets all uppity, he gets animated, and he's all like, "Oh, fuck that bussy, bro!" Like, fucking Republic, you know, whatever the fuck he does is stupid ass, right? But the thing is that Hassan live, he'll like pause and like read the chat and respond to the chat. He'll think about some stuff, right? But don't get me wrong. It's like, that's fine. But I'm like, dude, you got like fucking 50,000 people watching you and you're boring as shit. Right. But then you go and you look at his YouTube. He's got the editors that he's like, I guess like notoriously like not paid them or something. I don't know. That's what I was hearing.
A good editor can make even shit content.
Exactly. Like if I had an editor or cared more about editing, I think my post content would be better. But the idea though essentially is just like this editor will cut out the pauses. His editor will do all that stuff. They make it snappier, right? They can like fix a problem, or they can make something, they can cut out shit that doesn't make it flow or whatever. They can really do like, all that stuff.
You know that back in the day when people were like accusing a lot of performers of using auto-tune and over relying on it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, there would be that, these people can't even fucking sing without auto-tune. It's kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can't even perform and entertain people without his editors, you know?
Well, and even now, StreamYard has the ability to AI to use AI to try to generate short form clips.
So who's the real entertainer here?
The real entertainer is Hassan's editors.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
Because but then you've also got other people. You've got other people that will edit his content as well because he has it open source, right? So you can have somebody who's like, I'm going to become Hassan Piker has kind of turned into a cottage industry on Twitch and on YouTube, where it's like he's got his Hassanabi channel. That's his main one. And then like anyone else can make fucking Hassan Piker videos.
Same thing with that guy Asmongold. I don't know if you ever.
I've only seen the Asmongold stuff come in from.
Well, he's still okay because like that one channel that he put together as like the sort of official one has become the most predominant, but like other people are still allowed to do it, and those people started off just clipping his content like as fans, and they were making like millions of dollars per month on it, so they made it official eventually.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole thing. It's like there are a lot of people that do this. I'm kind of looking through. I just looked at Hassan Piker right now, and it's showing mostly only him.
If you clip big people like that and get success, then you could get yourself an easy job. So,
well, there's one here. The Daily Dose of Hassanabi. It's a verified account, 187,000. That's not, you know, his whole thing, right? Like, there's a lot of other people that like to just pull from, they clip it out, right? And they do, the thing is, though, but to be fair, those people are the ones that are keeping the relevancy of those content creators, right? Like if you have people that are clipping you out, like there's this one woman, I think it's like Elsa Clips or something. And she does mostly like Kino Casino, Ricada, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but like I watched one of those videos a couple weeks ago because Ricada was like on some drunk bender or some shit. And then like all of a sudden it's just like fucking nonstop, bam, 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 all that shit. And I'm like, okay, hold on here. Let's calm down. I'm not interested in all of it. You know, well, you got Akiyama here says, Matt, I get why YouTubers quit 58 views. Oh, hey, 58 views on YouTube. I got 123 on Twitter, sir. 123 on Twitter. That equals a grand total of 182 people. So I don't know about you, but I'm crushing it.
Not to mention, these are people watching live at 3 a.m. on the East Coast.
True, and people who are watching live on Twitter.
Yeah, true.
That's the crazy thing.
Even wackier.
That's even wackier.
Well, who
that is
knows how
Twitter.
many of those are pussy in bios, but you know.
If those pussy in bios can click on the live video feature on the sidebar, then
It's over for humanity.
we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Yeah. I mean, like, just start sending out the AI controlled flesh bots and milk us dry. You know, there we go. Again, people, I don't care. I don't care about all that stuff anymore. I don't care about all that shit. It doesn't bother me anymore. It's like, you know, YouTubers, I like to use fucking thumbnails and titles to get people to come on in, usually for a conversation. But my average view duration is usually between 20 and 25 minutes per person. That's not bad. For even the smaller audience, that's not bad. So it's like, you know,
one like. Well, I mean that's because you only see one right now. I'm sure there's more than that. YouTube has been weird about showing the amount of actual likes.
Yeah, hold on here. You can't lean into the joke and actually defend yourself, fence sitter. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, dude, wait, you saying that shit? Then fucking come in here and fucking.
Yeah, do you want to come on in? I'll fucking Akiyama, whatever the fuck, dude. Here, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'll have a conversation with you.
I love this shit. I love this. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm gonna do. I love doing this, right? Because this is where a lot of other people aren't like me. Despite everything else that's fucking happened, I still will drop the link and have a debate with somebody.
Yep.
Because I don't give a fuck. You don't understand. Like, I appreciate everyone who watches. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the community. They're awesome. I come back predominantly for them. But I'm making more money now than I was doing YouTube.
Yeah, so come on, buddy, hop off that. So it's like,
I don't give a shit.
Jarbo.
Yeah, if you want to come on, I don't fucking care. I don't have to rely on this shit. Fucking do it. Do it, bitch. Don't. That's the whole fucking point. Run your mouth or come on, defend it.
Yeah, talk shit, get hit, man. Seriously, get the fuck
right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. While we wait for Akiyama to turn his pussy into balls. Take some supers because I'm behind. I apologize, guys. Thank you very much. H-Barts for $10. A lot of these big movies are not really interesting to me. I don't know why. I'm also surprised nobody on the internet is really talking about how amazing Shogun is. At least I got the subreddit. So Shogun, Hulu. You know, I mean, Hulu has people watching it. They've now just started merging Hulu into Disney Plus. Like, I logged into Disney Plus today to watch fucking Bluey because my kid is sick. Fucking first advert I saw was Shogun. First advert I saw on that top bar was Shogun. I was like, oh, damn, Disney is in a new place if the top bar is Shogun. You know what I mean? Like, and then after that, you're seeing like Shazam 2. Pacific Rim is now on Disney Plus. It's weird. It's different. But I get all that. I understand. It's different out there. A lot of these movies that are coming out, I want to see them, but I'm going to see them on my own terms. And that's pretty much at home. I just don't have the time otherwise. There's a lot of these remakes or reboots or sequels that are just trying to be nostalgia cash baits. And I get it. I am the target audience for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, but I still have not had the time to go see it. I just haven't been able to. Either
life's busy, man.
Life's busy, man. Yeah. Got kids on spring break this week, and I didn't even know if I was going to work next week because of the whole fucking physical thing that happened. I mean, I don't know if you heard that, Anna. I got that sorted out, so I do get to go back to work this week.
Oh, wow. Congrats, man.
My boss, very happy.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Very happy. He was like, because he doesn't like he does this weird thing every once in a while. It's pretty funny. Where he'll want to complain about other drivers, but he doesn't like to say who they are. And I get that because we have a no gossiping policy.
I get
that. We have a no gossiping policy. And he's tried to catch me on it a little bit. Like, I don't care enough to even really pay attention. But he'll be like, I talked to him today because I was giving him my cert, and he's just he goes, I was even complaining to my wife that you were the driver that I was going to have to pull off schedule for a week. And it wasn't other people, but the thing
you're valued, Jarbo.
I feel valued. It's very nice. And I don't disparage the company. Sure. There's always things with any job that are always going to be, right. But no, I've told them I like what I do. I really like what I do, and I'm good at it. And so, I took a woman home the other day who had just got back from a Star Trek cruise out of Miami. We had a really great conversation on the drive home. So yeah, anyway, as for the movies though, it's big movies, man. It's just because I think because everyone's really kind of attacking them, or you don't know. Maybe it's the cortisol levels of all the attacks after all those years. It's the same thing I said about television series back in the day, right? One of the reasons why I think a lot of people have trouble getting into TV shows is because they want there to be a guaranteed of the show finishing and maybe a second season. And I say this Because look at Fox back in the early 2000s. I know you were young. I know Anna was very young. Fox was notorious for just old yellering so many shows, right? So many shows got taken out back and hit with a fucking shovel because they didn't perform instantly. And that was what was supposed to be, cable was supposed to get rid of that, right? Like, especially streaming. And even now we're kind of back in that phase.
I remember when streaming was supposed to be the savior of shit getting canceled.
Yeah. And it does every once in a while, right? It does.
Sometimes it still does, but
yeah, but it's kind of like, it's few and far between. It's few and far between with this shit. And so really one of the issues here is that I feel people have a defense. It's a psychological defense. It's a subconscious defense because they've been screwed over so many times that they don't want to invest. And I think until they can do so in a way that's going to be the most convenient for them, whether that is at home, whether that's after the entire season was over. And that's part of the binge culture problem that like Netflix perpetuated, but they still continue to do. Even Amazon's Fallout series, which drops in a week, is going to be all episodes at once.
even though that's been proven to be cancerous.
It is, in my opinion, but like they should do 3 episodes and then do week to week. That's right now. That's like the best bet, right? You get 3 hours to kind of really just get into the story, and then you get the week to week afterward. But in this particular scenario, movies are, again, like you've like, okay, how many times have you watched a show that has just abruptly been canceled? Quite a few, right? Well, it's a rhetorical question. I mean, I'm
sorry. I'm sorry. I was muted. Yeah, no, quite a few times.
Yeah,
man.
quite a few times, right? So when you get into a story and you start resonating with the characters and loving the characters and what they're doing, and you're getting into it, you actually fall in love with these characters. You feel real feelings.
You form an emotional attachment.
Yeah, with these characters. And so when it's ripped away from you, it is almost like somebody dying. And what happens is that causes your cortisol levels to rise, which then causes you physical pain.
Because you don't get that resolution either.
Exactly. And after decades, really, of shows getting that and you being bludgeoned with that constantly, by no fault of your own, you watch a show, but not enough people are watching a show. You get that to happen to you. And then all of a sudden, it's like you start feeling that actual physical pain. And that's one of the reasons why I feel after all this time, so many people are so adamantly like they're not getting into these shows right away. A few will, but most won't, because they don't have, there's either not enough marketing, there's not enough word of mouth, or they just don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the pain of the potentiality of pain. It's not even that it's phantom pain.
It's about investing your time too, isn't it?
Exactly.
You don't want to invest your time in something that's going to lead nowhere and not have a satisfying conclusion.
Exactly, yeah.
Or even just a conclusion at all. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be satisfying. You're just pissed that you don't get to see a conclusion to what you were watching. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think that's a big factor. But when it comes to movies, though, I think, again, it's a similar thing, right? They're nostalgia baiting everybody because nostalgia sells. You've got boomers who are, want, that's not even boomers anymore. Let's actually remove them from the buying, from the fucking spending block, because they're not the ones that are there. But it's millennials, right? Those of us who grew up, we talked about this the other night, the Zennial types, right? Those who were born between 77 and 83, those who had an analog childhood, but a digital adolescence. And that's very accurate, right? Like I remember growing up having a TV with the bunny ears. That's how we got reception on the channels.
That's crazy.
I had to use, I had a broken turn knob on my TV as a kid. I had a little black and white TV in my bedroom. That's what I was given by my parents to watch.
Wait, damn, really?
Yes.
Crazy,
they
man.
gave me like I think it was an 11-inch black and white television. That's what I watched The Simpsons on. That's what I watched fucking TGIF on. It's what I watched everything on, was a little black and white television in my room. The knob didn't work. It broke off. So you know how I changed channels? Had a pair of pliers. Clip them, turned to the channel I wanted, adjusted the bunny ears, sat back down in bed and watched the show.
Wow.
That was my analog childhood. Right?
I've never seen a black and white TV in my entire life.
No, we had them all the time. Like,
well,
all
not
over.
operational, but
Yeah, that was my first TV. And then when I got a little older, like around like 13, 14, my parents got me a 12-inch TV VCR combo. And my fucking world opened up, man. because at that point I could rent movies from the library. I could watch movies that they didn't want me to see or movies I just wanted to see. I could record things on TV. I could play my video games in color. Because before then, I was playing my SNES in black and white using the RF adapter in the back. I remember blatantly playing F-Zero on my SNES while listening to Green Day's Dookie album. Or maybe it was Adam Sandler's They're All Gonna Laugh at You. Right? But I was playing it on a black and white television.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. You know? I mean, it's come so far. It's just come so far. But again, you look at that, right? Like last year we had a new Indiana Jones movie. They had a Turtles movie. This year, Ghostbusters movie. There's all these old 80s properties, right? That they're trying to work on. And it's not that I'm 100% against them because I loved the Turtles. I thought Turtles was great. I loved Indiana Jones. You know, but you've got like all of these old things that are coming back because the people who are around my age, a little older, you know, the Gen Xers, right? The younger Gen Xers are turning 50.
It's safe money.
Yeah, it is. It's selling people back their childhood, right? Just in the same way that boomers want to go back to the 1950s, to the perceived idea of the 2-car garage, the white picket fence, the single income household. Dad worked, mom at home, raised the kids. Everyone could go on vacation. They had a fridge full of food. They had security. Largely, it's security. Because when you're a kid, right? When you're a kid, everything is a security blanket, right? That's how you know you're safe, is when there's a security blanket. And so you want that again. You want to feel that again. So what is it for 80s and 90s kids, right? The Zennials and millennials and whatnot. We had Saturday morning cartoons. That was our thing. You know, get up in the morning, get your big ass fucking bowl of Cheerios or Lucky Charms or fucking Frosted Flakes or Mini Wheats or whatever the fuck, right? Pour a big ass bowl of fucking sugar, cover it with milk, get there and, you know, and you're like, I'm going to turn on TV. And you just watch like 3 hours of cartoons in the morning, you know, and you're all like, oh, this was great. And that's what we did because we didn't have anything else back then to watch, you know?
Yep. I mean, I got the tail end of that fucking Saturday morning cartoon shit.
Yeah. I mean, I like those are great. That's why, like, you know, curated programming can do wonders because that's what we all get to watch.
We all share that experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, I can watch, you're watching that movie. I watched this movie. It's all good, you know? And that's kind of the big factor with everything is just, that's why movies are what they are. Anyways, a whole roundabout story to talk about that. Thank you, HRS. There's still like way more to get here. All right. So Garrick here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Saying, as soon as I read Silver Surfer was going to be female in the MCU, I could already see the Chuds rubbing their hands together, more content for them. We already talked about that a little earlier.
Should you and I talk about that a little bit? Because we did kind of have a disagreement. I don't know how much.
Okay. So yeah. So here, I'll bring this up real quick. So this is Old Man David here is bringing up a Geeks and Gamers thing. Julia Garner's and Caston, Silver Surfer, and Fantastic Four. This is like their fucking article shit.
Yeah.
All right. But then it's like, this is how Jeremy responded by this very weird image of Gary.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, oh, is Gary upset or is he just high on meth again? That's a real question we need to ask ourselves. Has he been anywhere near an elementary school with little bags of illicit substances that he needs to get them to come to his channel? Anyway, I don't care. I would say that to his face too.
What a whack thing to admit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I sold methamphetamines to kids. Oh, I went to jail for it. Uh-huh. You're a fucking role model there, you weirdo. But anyway, so look, there was we kind of brought this up a little earlier here about the way the Chuds are reacting, right? Because Tyrone Magnus here also saying Rip Disney. Garrick, you're coming in a little bit late. We already covered it, but I'll recover it. And everything else.
They're acting like this is the end of days. It's crazy.
It is. There's a whole clip with that too. So I said lame.
Yeah.
When Culture Crave posted it, right? And but again, I mentioned this earlier in the stream. I didn't know that there was a female version of the Silver Surfer that was apparently like a love interest or some shit like that. I didn't know that. So now that I know that, and it makes you really kind of go, okay, well, what they're going to do is they're going, clearly the Fantastic Four movie is going to be set in like the 1960s, probably in like another universe.
Maybe. Yeah. Because originally this character's from another universe.
Yeah. And so then that's what's going to bring Fantastic Four over to our universe. The same with the X-Men.
Wow,
All
I
right,
didn't even make that
that's
connection.
pretty much what's going to happen. I think that's the most standard storytelling approach to
That
this you
makes
could do.
sense, yeah.
And so having a female Silver Surfer in that universe, and then come over here, and then we get the real Galactus,
Yeah, the
and we get the regular, well, the male version of Silver Surfer that everybody knows. There we go. That's what's going to happen. I was just kind of being cheeky at the time and whatever when I said that, because but I didn't know, and I was just like, God damn it, But yeah, largely that's kind of what I mean, because now that I've thought more about it and I've had time,
Given the context, yeah.
given the context, I kind of feel like that's going to be the thing, yeah. So,
but yeah, it's funny because I had an argument. I'm not really an argument. I was talking to you about it like from a completely different perspective because I didn't know about this character existing either. I was just kind of making the whole point of like, if an actor is good enough and they fit enough, I don't care if they physically resemble the character in no way at all, as long as if that is the case, then their personality has to be like on fucking point. They have to embody the character in every other way. If you don't look like the character, like I know that fucking Donald Glover back when Andrew Garfield was, back when that movie was being developed, he was actually considered for the role of Spider-Man. I would have loved to see that. He's got a lot of charisma. Like I think Andrew Garfield is fucking perfect for the role.
He was great. I was rewatching Amazing Spider-Man actually a couple weeks, last week with my family.
But Donald Glover could have killed that role too.
Donald Glover would have been great. Yeah. I would have been okay with that, but
he doesn't look like comic book Peter Parker at all. But like, I still feel like he could get that Spider-Man personality down.
Sure, but he could have also done Miles Morales. I
don't think Miles existed at that time.
Maybe not. Yeah, but no, Donald Glover. There's a Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Would have been good. I agree with you on that one. I love Donald Glover as an actor. So, but I think in many ways it's kind of like, whenever. So now where we are, where things are just different, right? In regards to the culture of the situation. Whenever there's a gender swap like this, you can't help but ask yourself, is it legitimate? Like, is it for the story, or are they trying to do something else? And you don't know. You don't know. And that's one of the hardest parts about it is like, because in many ways you get people like Tyrone here, who's a fucking moron, and he's saying shit just to say shit. And then you get the other chuds that are out there attacking it because they just want, the grift, fresh meat's back on the menu.
News story, just like when Morph was announced as non-binary. And sometimes it seems like studios put this shit out there just to, bait people. And
is it the studios or is it the fucking journalists? Because if you go back to the Solo, a Star Wars story thing with Lando Calrissian being Pan back in 2018, a lot of people didn't know what Pan meant. When the reporter asked Jake Kasdan, like, so like Lando's pansexual, right? He's like, he has he's been with like robots and like other, non-humanoid women. He's like, he's been with like non-humanoid women. So that would kind of be pan.
That's true. The media does fucking really pry for this type of shit.
Because it becomes a headline, right? Star Wars story writer confirms Lando Calrissian is pansexual. So you're like, that's a charged fucking statement. You're like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
Just to rile people.
Like Lando's a fucking ladies' man. And you're like, yeah, but like, what if that lady had her genitals in her kneecap? Like in Star Trek 6 Undiscovered Country. It's like, what if that happened?
That's the thing. I want to know if this is like a diversity hire, because that does actually happen.
That does happen. Yeah, it does happen.
Or is this person just so perfect for the role that they didn't care that they were not, a man or,
Yeah. We have to see it in action.
We have to wait and see.
And then it becomes a thing where it's kind of like people go, oh, you're just a bigot if you don't like it. And like, I think there's a difference though. If you're like, I'm questioning this casting versus rip Disney gone woke. Julia Garner hates men. When we looked it up and there's no information to back that up.
Well, there's reason to suspect this shit because the MCU's fumbled with this shit before. I mean, look at fucking MCU Taskmaster.
Yeah, well, that's also not the Taskmaster. You know what I mean? Like that's I know. And that was a fuck up on. I don't think they're gonna do that anymore, though. I really don't. I don't think they're gonna fuck with that shit.
But I understand the hesitance because they've made mistakes like this.
They've made mistakes before, but then again, it's also like this is just where society is, right? So they need to make these products that are mass market entertainment that are gonna go out to millions upon hundreds of millions of people, billions of people worldwide, and have it be universally praised and accepted. That's one of the bigger problems, is because they want to appeal to underrepresented classes. But what I think many of them don't realize is that the people in those groups have already identified with these characters in their current iteration.
True.
And they see themselves in that current iteration. More people would see themselves in that current iteration than the other. There's like you look at like Miles Morales versus Spider. Miles Morales is a different character. Same powers, different storyline, same kind of world, right? Ultimate universe, right? But they were able to make it work. They were able to really make it work. They were able to get it all together.
Yeah, he's different while still having the core traits you'd expect from a Spider-Man.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I mean?
it was funny about him is he was created by a white guy.
Yep.
You know? So that's kind of funny. But he's a good character. They made it work. But it's like that was something that they were able to build off of.
Donald Glover was actually part of why he was created. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he was, yeah. And so again, it goes back to Don Glover. But all right, let's move on from there. Let's see. Garrick here saying, thank you, by the way. Did you see the clip of someone asking Chaya Raichik, aka Lives of TikTok, to define wokeness? And she fails to define it, and the crowd laughs at her. No. Can you send me that clip on DM, Garrick, if you got it? Because we'll play that one. I don't know about that clip. Chaya Raichik is a dummy.
By the way, I do want to say, I think we've established this person is not going to come to actually meet us for a
yes. It's been a little while. Akima is more like a pussy. Right? Here goes Super Chat. You're not broke. Just like, come on, man. Come on. You saw the link. It's in there. It's in the chat. I'm waiting for you. Where are you? Do you need to go ask your mommy for permission? Yeah, you're arguing with John in the chat, but you won't come on and argue with me directly? What the hell? What's up with this, man?
Nitwits war. Holy shit, is that the fucking what? You got the pan pizza hat? Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Game over, man. Game over. Anyway.
Damn.
You DM me the clip. Okay, thank you very much. All I'm saying is this, these guys, most of them are just stupid. Because they need to be mad. A lot of these guys like Tyrone and shit. And even Chaya Raichik, like they live off of people.
It's outrage culture.
Being mad. So, okay, here is the clip. I'll tell you this. The thing is, no matter how much Twitter sucks, like legitimately, the fact that you can get these clips are usually from Twitter, and it's like the best way to share information.
In some ways, it can also be used to like manipulate people.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna yes, I'm gonna get to you. This is calm, buddy. Calm. We're in the middle of something here. I don't want to just break flow. When am I gonna? Oh, I don't know. When are you gonna run for governor?
I ain't running for governor.
You should legalize pot.
It's already legal here.
Legalize it again.
Oh.
People are stoned. They don't know the difference.
All right, yeah.
I'm gonna legalize weed again, but it's already legal.
It more legal.
More legal. What does that mean? Lower the age.
When you smoke it, you'll get twice as high.
18. We're making it 18. No, I'm kidding. All right, so here we go. It's only 39 seconds here. The woman right there is Chaya Raichik. All right.
It's in our kids' schools. It's on the college campuses. It is in the workforce. It is in the streets. It's when you go to the store. I mean, like, you can't do anything in peace without this wokeness being shoved down your throat wherever you go. So, do you have a question? Is there something funny?
I do.
Yeah, sure.
How do you define wokeness?
Wokeness is the destruction of normalcy and how do you define of our lives.
What a dumbass. What a fucking dumbass.
Wow, what a real fucking piece of work.
How do you define woke? Oh, it's the destruction of our normalcy. Anyone here know about this? Like, bitch, you live in that world all the time. You watch tons of videos about wokeness all the time, and yet you don't understand. You can't answer the question, what is woke? What is woke, man?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Speedrunner says this is a Domino's ad. Arguably the only thing of value in that particular clip was the Domino's pizza. And that's saying not a lot because Domino's pizza kind of sucks. But anyway, thank you for that one. Chaya is fucking crazy. H-Bar's here for 5 bones. I know we talked about the Three Musketeers patio, but how much would a Shogun one be? It would be like 10 episodes. I understand if you don't want to do it. All right. So it's like, yeah. So 10, like we're talking hour-long episodes. Are they on average 45 to 54 minutes? Is that roughly about it? would you want like a full run of the show or an individual show breakdown? That's where we get into the timing, because it's really about my time is the biggest factor. Like $50 to watch a movie and talk about it, manageable. That's like 2 hours. You go to 10, you can extrapolate the time. But as we talk more about it later, I do want to watch it though. And maybe covering TV shows would be easier than covering movies. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Talk about my thoughts on a show. I mean, imagine if I would have been out there every weekend after Game of Thrones in season 8. Like, the show's not that bad.
Oh my. Yeah,
I liked season 8. No, you couldn't. It's like same thing with like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, man. You can't fucking be positive about these shows, right? Like the algorithm just doesn't push them.
Well, you don't even think people getting outraged and commenting and like getting all like hissy about your different opinion will like promote any?
I mean, it depends on how many people, because remember, there's also that death by 1,000 cuts aspect of it as well.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's like, if enough people came from like a much larger channel and they just went like downvote, leave, it kills the watch time. It kills the video.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like I'm saying, if you want to talk positively in the short form about something, fucking TikTok is where it's at. It ain't on YouTube anymore.
Nope.
It ain't on YouTube anymore. It's a podcasting or it's fucking TikTok. But we'll talk about that, H-Parts. Also, this is your thank you. Says, I just saw Ark on Paramount Plus. I found it boring. Better off watching Arcane, Exo Squad, Castlevania, Invincible, or anything else. The fact that they dropped, I knew the Ark show was coming, but I think the whole thing with Vin Diesel and that sexual assault lawsuit that he's currently facing from a former assistant, I think that's why they dropped Ark, the TV show, and then largely just kind of buried it. Because did you know that the Ark TV show was out?
No, I didn't hear
exactly.
about that.
I heard about it a while ago. I knew it's out. I got to go check it out. But it's like also Ark is very, it has its fan base. And I know Vin Diesel's a big fan, but it's like that lawsuit is one of the things that's really going to hurt it. Because a lot of, they don't know what's going to happen with it. They don't know what's going to happen with any of that shit. So yeah, that's probably why they did it though. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Arcane. I hear it's good. Obviously, I know you like Exo Squad. I've heard Castlevania is good. Invincible's amazing. X-Men 97 is pretty goddamn fucking top tier. So there's that. Also, HVARS for 5, thank you, says, I lost 2 amazing shows this year, Warrior on Max and Brother Sun on Netflix. Yeah, but didn't Warrior get like 3 seasons or something? And like, aren't they shopping it for another season? And Brother Sun is, I don't understand. You had Michelle Kwan, and wasn't, or Michelle Yao and Ki Hong Kwe, right? They're both in it. And it's like, they're both Oscar winners and like whatever, but it goes to show you that the Oscars don't matter. It goes to show you that shit largely doesn't have an impact. What Netflix looks at is the viewership data, the retention data, and whether or not it's going to be something people are going to talk about. Dan Lin, who's taken over the film division of Netflix now, basically came out the other day. I'm paraphrasing. I think he did this yesterday, and basically said these movies are just kind of like they just the money. We don't know where it goes, and these movies aren't very good. And he kind of said that. And he's saying that right around the time a new Zack Snyder movie is dropping, and we found out that Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 1 is not doing very well, or didn't do very well. And that's a lot to do with the fact that Netflix wanted that PG-13 cut of that movie versus just going for the R-rated because they wanted to get more people in. But the problem, though, is that when you start neutering Zack Snyder's films, we know what happens. Even when he aims to do that, he still sucks at it. It's like even when he aims, when it's part of the whole plan, it's like you do PG-13 and an unrated cut, and the PG-13 movie is not very good. I mean, I've honestly forgot that it exists, and it's been out now for 3 months, and I haven't seen it. So when they do the theatrical, the unrated cut is when I'll watch it. Also here, H. Bart says, luckily Shogun is 1 season, so I don't have to worry about cutting off before the battle of Sekigahara. That is true. And that's also the other thing about this as well. Limited series of these shows might actually be the better call, because a limited series will give you the beginning, the middle, and an end. The problem, though, is that people want more of these characters because we get so attached to them. So that part's a bit tricky. I would make the argument, instead of doing a limited series that is like 8 episodes or whatever, you go, we'll do a 3-season run, and we'll shoot everything up front. And then we'll just release the 3 seasons over time. because you invest the money into building all the sets, you invest the money into hiring the actors, you invest the money into writing the scripts and getting the directors and everything. You get the VFX houses that create all the assets that you're going to need, probably to reuse, and you're going to be able to then start to write off the cost of these things as the seasons progress, because the first season is always the most expensive. The last seasons are usually cheaper because of all that stuff. So yeah, they should have done that. And that way you get the 3 arcs, you get your beginning, your middle, and your end. People get the full story. They get a good conclusion, maybe, hopefully. And then they don't feel like they've wasted their time. And I just think every show going fucking forward should like have that be in the clause. If Netflix is going to do that with animated shows, and they're doing that, right? Like the Cuphead, for example. They ordered, I think, 20 some episodes of Cuphead.
Yeah.
And then they cut it in half, and they made them 2 seasons. Now, the way that it works is if you have more seasons, then the writers and everyone will get paid more money, generally speaking, right? Because of the unions. So they did the initial episode order and then cut it into 2 parts, and that's not considered a season, and that's it.
Yep, that's a fucking real shitty practice that should probably not be legal.
It shouldn't be legal, but it's what they do. Thank you for that. Then, so we got Command Unit here for 5. Thank you. Not surprising, 40K is popping off now because it's from the 80s. This year is a 40th birthday, and it's heavily influenced by 80s and 90s sci-fi. I have a feeling that when we start getting more involved with this AI stuff, with the AI filmmaking and everything else, AI generations and shit, we're going to find ourselves in a world where people are going to be able to make this crap, and really like the fans making fan art in this way might be what propels a lot of this shit forward. Warhammer 40K is something that, again, it's not mainstream here in America. Okay. It does well in Britain, but there's a lot more people here in America with a lot larger of a reach. And even then, they had the Warhammer store in my city, and they just closed that down. So I don't know what happened with that, but it's like, we'll see what happens. Also, let's see, Netflix. Thank you, HRS2, by the way. Netflix did that 3-season thing with the Vikings Valhalla. Yeah, I heard something about that. So it's something that just needs to be done with this stuff, largely, is just like figure out how you guys want to do it. All right, where are we at here? Let's see. Did I miss any good commentator? Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to like catch up on the chat because I was looking at the super chats.
No,
So
I feel you, yeah.
I missed all that. Let's see. Speedrunner here says there's going to be 10,000 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Sonic crossovers with AI. It's going to be a wreck. Yeah, it will be for a while, right? Because when everyone is special, no one's special, right? That's kind of the whole point, is that, but the cream will rise to the top. The cream will always rise to the top. These people will get jobs, they'll get hired. Look at Shamook with Lucasfilm. Guy fixed the Luke Skywalker deepfake and ended up getting hired on.
Oh yeah, you brought that up quite a few times.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing to bring up, because it's just a reminder of how things are. It's just a reminder of what can happen. And people have this weird defeatist attitude. A lot of the whole anti-AI art commotion are people who are just worried about their jobs. And that makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world, that they're worried about their jobs.
People have always had that concern about automation and shit like that. Like, and you know what? I understand the concern, but also, like, I wish people would have learned that typically throughout history, there's always been people who have been resistant to, new technology. And it's more important to focus on how to regulate it properly rather than just be fucking afraid of it.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of people, a lot of young people make this mistake for maybe not the first time, but for one of the first bigger instances I've seen of it, with this huge resistance to AI generated content.
It's the most interesting thing. I took a woman home the other day, and I mentioned this last night, but she was like, I'm into stock trading and AI. And she's like in her 70s. And I'm like, damn, I'm into AI too. And she's like, it's the most interesting thing happening right now. And I'm like, I've been saying the same thing. She's looking at it through more of a lens of like medical, training and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. Right.
It has so many applications that to like throw out the baby at the bathwater just because you don't like some of it is absolutely fucking inane, ridiculous, unreasonable. any number of things. Like I get some of the concerns, but people try and make a mountain out of a molehill when it comes to that. I'm tired of it.
Did you
It's really
hear?
annoying.
Did you hear any of the AI Fallout music I made?
Yeah, you showed me that. That was
Like,
interesting.
yeah, right. Like, it's just fucking, it's just shit, it's fucking for fun. Anyway, H Bart's here for 5. Thank you. I forgot to mention in DM. Did you know the real way to pronounce Julius Caesar is Julius Kaiser? I don't care. I don't care. I'm always going to call him Julius Caesar. I'm always going to bring oranges and get a smoothie.
Ave, true to Kaiser.
Oh my God. Julius Kaiser. Oh boy. Thank you, Henry. Really appreciate that. Thank you, H Barts. You know, I'm just giving you shit. I don't know, like anything else going on today? Anything else I miss? It's always a lot going on. I keep wanting to I always just kind of go live and just kind of wing it. I don't even know what's happening today. But it is getting a little bit on the late side though. So I probably should wind it down here in the next 20. Let's see. What do I got? Anything going on with you? Anything you know going on?
With me, I'm honestly I was sick for the past 2 days, so I've been recovering from that. But
that makes sense.
yeah,
H Bart's here. Thank you. Says I know, but I'm just giving fun facts. I get you, buddy. I get you. Speedrunner here. Thank you. Says I was terrified of washing machine technology because I wanted to keep women in the kitchen. At least I'm not a misogynist. Oh, I'm a Luddite. I was terrified of. That's pretty funny. That's actually pretty goddamn fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, I swear to God, I'm not a misogynist. I really just fear technology. That's pretty fucking good. That's pretty fucking good. H Barts, I think, is going to join up in a minute. I sent him a link. I do need to use the restroom. You mind holding down the fort for like 30
sure.
seconds?
I'll say hi to some people.
All right, thank you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, what's up, you beautiful people? Hope you're having a fan-fucking-tastic evening. Mo asked why Matt jumps the gun with comic book movie. I a lot of the time I think Matt's just going on Twitter and just saying things like the first thing that comes to his mind. Like you said earlier, like when he reflected upon it a little bit more, that he felt differently about the whole Silver Surfer thing. I think like he says he gets his notifications, so when you see Matt say some shit on Twitter that riles people up, it's generally just because like that's the first fucking thing that Matt said that came to his mind. He might not agree with what he says upon further reflection, but yeah, I mean that's just kind of what it boils down to. You know, that's kind of how Twitter is. You know, I don't think many people sit down and think too hard about their tweets. Mo says, Anna, why do you hate pears? Particularly Asian ones? What? Is it because they're what? Oh, what the hell? Pears? Let me look this shit up. Well, let me see this shit. These are a real thing. The Chinese pear. Let's see. Or the Korean pear. Or just the Asian pear. Or the Taiwanese. Jesus Christ. These things have a lot of fucking names. God damn. Why you... Why are you asking me about this? Man, yeah, I'll make sure that that Matt knows that you sent that in. That's interesting. Matt's always interested in new AI shit, so I'm sure he'll be willing to take a look at that. Damn, man, it's been a crazy night. This is the first day in a while I'm feeling 100%. You know, say something in the chat if you guys want me to to give my opinion on something. But yeah, I'm gonna try and actually. I do agree. I like this background that Matt has. I'm gonna try and make him like an overlay with like links in it and everything. I think he asked for that. I haven't had the time because I've been fucking sick. But I'll have to ask him what links he wants included and shit like that. Because I've already got a vision. I've got like a vision in mind for something cool I could do for Matt here. So yeah, maybe maybe expect a new like not like a new background, but a new overlay here. I'm gonna try and make something cool for Matt. Mo, I still really want you to explain the whole Asian pears thing. Like, I don't hate pears. I don't think I've ever said that I hate pears, or I don't think I've ever expressed a hatred of a fruit in my life. If I'm being entirely honest with you, like I don't think I've ever like sat myself down and be like, God damn, I fucking can't stand oranges. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever had that. At least not publicly. Maybe I've thought it before, but I don't think I've ever said it. Like, man, fuck lemons. I can't stand lemons. Like I don't think I've ever said that shit before. Man, this is getting really fucking difficult. When is Matt going to interview Bailey J? Who the fuck is this? Is this a fucking porn star?
Bailey J. Man.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, I could tell.
It's a porn star. It's absolutely a porn star. Yeah. Bailey J is a transgender porn star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, wait, hold on. Who said who? Hi Benson. How are you? I know this is Benson because he's the only one who ever brings up Bailey J.
Shit.
Command unit here says I sent you an AI 40K trailer. Okay, we'll take a look at that here in a bit. Also joining the party is Mr. H Barts. How's it going, H Barts?
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. Wicked
Can you
opener.
hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You sounded all like mute and like
I'm kind of sick.
okay. So you're at home? What do you take the night off of work?
Yeah, I left work at around midnight.
Oh, okay. You just let me guess. If I hear correctly, it sounds like you're playing a video game.
I just paused it.
Okay, that's because that shit. Yeah. What are you playing?
Rise of the Ronin.
How is that?
Really good. You can change history.
Hell yeah.
You can.
I'm
Wait,
going.
Sure.
The
I'm going
Undertaker's afraid of cucumbers? I didn't know that. Holy shit.
I'm going with the real history, though. I'm supporting the anti-Shogun side of the Boshin War.
I don't know what any of
Damn,
that is.
dude.
To be honest with you, I don't know what any of that is.
Well, it's a long story, but
Yeah.
some good old Japanese history.
Basically, what this war does is it makes the emperor ruler of all of Japan, and then we get to World War II eventually.
Yeah, good old World War II.
Yeah, we don't talk enough about World War II, you guys. You ever realize that? We really don't talk at all about World War II. Like, it's just never brought up in
we
conversation.
need a World War II
Yeah, why don't
cinematic
we-
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could actually work.
I think John Wayne did a lot of those.
You know, they did a fucking Kingsman in the Kingsman, a prequel movie. At the end, they had a fucking post-credit scene, and Hitler was in it.
Oh, no
can't
shit?
I
I
can't
never
believe-
saw it. I haven't seen it yet.
They built him up like Thanos.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty funny.
It's weird that you could actually unironically do a World War II cinematic universe and have it be pretty successful, I feel like.
Well, I mean, like, so, there was the Tarantino movie Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah,
Great,
I know.
great
So-
movie.
So that movie was supposed, when he first announced Inglourious Bastards, it was supposed to be a remake of the original Inglourious Bastards, which was actually a kind of an exploitation, like kind of a bit of an exploitation film from back in the 70s,
From Italy.
where a group of prisoners, American prisoners, like defectors in World War II, were being transferred to like a prison. These are like, they were caught by Americans, and maybe they were going to be executed for defecting. I'm not too sure. I don't remember all of it, but they end up getting attacked by Nazis. They escape, and then they have to fight their way through the countryside to get to like Switzerland or something to be free. So it's a totally different fucking, movie than what we got. But I'm like, oh man, that sounds awesome. Cause the original movie is good. And then what Tarantino gave us, I think was even better. I love that damn movie. But anyway, there you go.
How would you plan a World War II cinematic universe? Would you get like FDR as the first movie?
If you were going to do an FDR or a movie like that, a cinematic universe based around World War II, you would largely probably treat it similar to the miniseries of Band of Brothers, where you follow a group of people that go through a bunch of different missions that get them to the end, right? And then it's like, but they have a through line to get to the Eagle's Nest. Like that's what they have to get to at the end of the franchise. But until then, it's like everything gets encompassed around it, and you have the characters. I mean, like it'd be a TV. Like, look, the thing is, a cinematic universe is largely just a TV show.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's just a TV show in movies. And so that was kind of like, that's what you would do. But again, I don't really see them doing a lot with cinematic universes these days. Not so much anymore. Marvel is still doing it, and they're still winning technically, but
Yellowstone's doing pretty well.
Yeah, but I mean that's also Kevin Costner not being involved kind of killed the main show.
Yeah, they're gonna do a spin-off from the main show with Matthew McConaughey now.
Okay.
Did you have you seen anything about Kevin Costner's new Western that's coming out?
I've heard of it.
It's 2 parts. I think June and August is when they release. And then he's planning to do 4 more. I'm like, I don't know if he'll even get the budget to do 4 more because these movies are like 3 hours long a piece, I think.
Yeah, but that's kind of where Kevin Costner does his thing. You know what I mean?
I'll watch them.
Did you ever watch Wide Earp?
I want to, but I haven't.
Yeah, did you ever see The Postman?
Postman's
pretty solid.
I stay away from apocalypse movies.
Why?
I don't know. I heard Waterworld was shit, so I've never watched The Postman. Because, I don't know, aren't they similar? Just one's in the desert and one's water?
No.
Then I had bad information.
This was sent to me. Waterworld 4K. There's land. I've seen it.
Show?
Yeah, they there's talks about them doing some stuff with it. I don't really know. I don't really know what they're doing anymore. Again, you never really know. So it's kind of like, all right. What's the other one though? So The Postman is like, yeah, apocalypse happens, I guess. I forget the full story of it. He's like a wanderer who ends up finding an old postman's outfit and then goes to a local settlement. And he's like, I'm the postman sent from the new president, the president in Wyoming. And I'm here to let you guys know that we're reunifying the union. And he does that so he can get a place to stay, get some money, or get food, shelter, and whatever. But he ends up being like an inspiration for like a lot of people who are under the control of a warlord, who, a big gangster type guy who he sees who sees the postman as being this like false prophet. If fucking anything, the postman is more like the Book of Eli. If anything.
I'll think of it to watch them.
You should.
Check that shit out.
What the fuck's the other?
You should. It's a good movie.
Oh yeah, have you seen Robin Hood with Kevin Costner?
Yeah. Yes. Who hasn't seen Prince of Thieves?
There could be people.
Those people are wrong. Fucking dude, Alan Rickman as the sheriff of Nottingham? Bro.
I gotta watch
Morgan Freeman? Fucking, Dave Chappelle played his kid. Fucking Mel Brooks movie.
Have you seen Sean Connery's Robin Hood?
Which one was that one?
It's not here. It's not called Robin Hood.
When year did that come out?
It's called Robin and Marian. Came out in 1976.
Oh yeah, I know. Before I was born. Yeah, I didn't see it.
It's about like the end of Robin Hood's life.
Is that the one where Connery slaps a woman? Okay.
This is how you're supposed to treat a broad.
I mean, to be fair, I think there's been a lot of accusations of Connery slapping ladies over the years.
Good slap.
Is that what like John Wayne once said or something? I don't even know.
No, Sean Connery said woman sometimes needs a good slap to let her know her place or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. You don't do that. Violence is never the answer. That's bad. That's bad. It always sucks though when they're like all these actors like you grew up watching that you loved, and then they say certain things where you're just like, fuck.
Oh wait, what did you do? Holy crap!
Like you're a big fan of Harrison Ford, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure if you met Harrison Ford, he'd probably be like, "Get away from me."
Well, it depends.
He doesn't seem
no.
actually. He doesn't seem like that.
He got over that. If you've noticed, he was really in that phase for a while. Okay, and then here comes 2014 or 2000. You know, they're like, hey, we're gonna do fucking Star Wars. You want to come fucking back? He's all like, yeah, all right, but I got to die this time. Like, cool. So then he does Han Solo, and then 2 years later he does Richard Deckard, and then 4 years after that he does fucking Indiana Jones.
He's got
5 years after that. So he's wrapped up all of his franchises. Like the only one he would need to do now is like Witness 2.
The Other Witness.
The Other Witness. Yeah. Right. Like it's just, or, you know, he comes back for one final Jack Ryan movie. You know,
what's the Get Off My Plane movie?
Oh, that's Air Force One.
Get Off My Plane Again.
Get Off My Plane Again. Yeah.
Air Force One, huh?
Air Force One's a good movie, man. Wolfgang Peterson did a good job with that. Gary Oldman as a bad guy was excellent in that movie. There was but like he's done all this stuff, you know, like he's like Harrison Ford, he's doing more acting now than he's done in a long time.
Yeah, he kind of disappeared for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he realizes that he's close to the end. If I'm being honest with you, right? Like he's got less time. He's got less time than he has more of it, and that's not a negative, and that's not like saying he's going to die anytime soon. But yeah, like he's like, you know, let me see what I can. Because he said when they were talking to him, I think about Indiana Jones, he was like, I just want to be of service. You know?
Yeah, I feel
like I was surprised he joined Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I would never. That's the last thing I'd expect him to do. Seriously, another big franchise. That seems like the last fucking thing that I'd ever expect him to do. But
well, and there's that, and that he's taking over for William Hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like
taking over another person's role technically.
Yeah, so he's definitely like involved in that shit. So it's something that's pretty wild.
And supposedly he's Red Hulk in that movie.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting.
I'd be surprised if they don't do that. I mean, fuck.
Well, it's it's a lot. He doesn't need to do anything. It's just like, all right, Harrison, go into the grunt into the booth.
Yeah. we'll put your face on it. It'll look more like Gordon Ramsay than you, but
we're gonna. You ever watch the fucking 2003 Ang Lee Hulk movie? You're gonna look like Nick Nolte at the end of that thing.
Except worse.
What I say? It's John Hurt. What I say?
William Hurt.
It is William Hurt, right?
It is William Hurt, yeah. John Hurt is also dead. Yeah, the guy from fucking 1984, he's also dead.
Wasn't John Hurt in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Yeah, he's also dead.
Yeah. Everyone's dead.
There's also John Hurd, who's the dad from fucking Home Alone, who's also dead.
Jesus.
Don't have your name sound like Hurt, then.
Yeah. I heard myself today.
Well, we all die eventually.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we all die. We all die eventually, guys.
Yeah.
How y'all feeling? Feeling pretty good?
Yeah, feeling amazing right now.
I'm feeling dead.
Yeah. Well, no, I was. I asked when I was getting the physical today. I asked the physician. I'm just like, so like, should I worry about like not having a sleep apnea machine, like a CPAP? And he's all like, well, it can make you feel better. I'm like, can I die by having sleep apnea? He's like, you can't die, but it could lead to like strokes and heart attacks and shit.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, okay. Well, because you get like all the restrictions, you know?
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is like if I have a fat fucking neck in general. Okay? I have a fucking huge fucking neck.
Okay.
It's like 18 inches of pure fucking neck. And I'm just like, I'm wondering like if I could like, what if I got liposuction? Like just right in here, just like sucked it out. Like, would that actually help? And I ran that by the nurse practitioner yesterday when I was talking to her on the phone, and she goes, I've never thought of that. And I'm like, really? Maybe I'm onto something.
Imagine you just cured it.
Maybe I just cured sleep apnea. And it's just like fucking suck the fat out their fucking neck.
You had a sleep epiphany.
Yeah, there you go.
Tomorrow you're dead and someone stole your idea.
Well, there you have it. I'm done. Yeah. This recording is proof of my wicked awesome idea to save fat people.
You saw that
Jarbo, I thought his last name was Kennedy. Oh, sorry.
You saw that the Boeing employee got killed, right?
He killed himself. We have to be clear about that because I live near Boeing, asshole.
Oh,
so he killed himself.
Yeah, he just kind of killed himself.
I drive by Boeing all the time, like all the time. Jeez. Boeing is massive up here in Seattle, in the Seattle area. Yeah. We talk about that pretty often.
He just kind of rammed his head into the ground a million times.
No, I thought he shot himself.
I'm just making a joke though.
Oh, okay. I mean, people, like a lot of people think that he was killed. Like as soon as I saw that he was dead, I'm like, oh, dude, everyone's gonna say that fucking they killed him. That they iced him. Like that's it's like Seth Rich. Like you're never going to get some people to believe that it was a robbery gone wrong. Right? They're all like Hillary Clinton had that motherfucker iced. So
It was Hillary that did it.
Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton would have been like, if that she would have run on that, I think she might have actually won. Been like, damn.
It was Jover for him.
What, good old kill dog? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It's all like fucking. Oh
I'm
my
surprised they didn't
god.
have Bernie killed then.
The good old hill and kill. Yeah.
Nah, Bernie's too special to kill. He's too protected. Bernie, I think there'd be an actual like revolution if Bernie was martyred.
Yeah, genuinely, they'd be afraid of like making him into a martyr.
Yeah,
of random stuff. Elmo was telling me today at work before I left. He said, "Go on Google and type in Jim Jones movies."
There's a few of them, aren't there?
Yeah, but look at one of the options on there. It is so random.
Jim Jones. Franklin and the Green Light.
Yeah, why is that there?
Franklin and the Green Knight. Why is that Jim Jones related? Let's see here. I don't know. That's so weird.
Does Franklin rule the cult now?
I don't know. Let's see. Franklin and the Green Knight, also known as Franklin and the Green Knight, the movie, is a 2000 Canadian animated adventure film, the first Franklin film. This was released direct to video. The movie follows Franklin setting out to heal his grandmother after she turned ill with his best friends and Snail. It has since aired on Noggin and Nick Jr. in whatever. Oh, sorry. Jim Jones as Mr. Gopher. That's why. Jim Jones is Mr. Gopher.
I thought I was connecting it to the cult fucking leader.
Did I see the Bernie Biden medical press conference today? No, I didn't. I knew something was happening because it was on like Bernie's Twitter, but I didn't watch it.
Did he give him a prostate exam?
He's like, we're going to talk about the millionaires and the billionaires.
All right, now make sure you check your balls.
Now, as an elderly American, I know firsthand what large balls feel like. When I lay down in the toilet, they float.
Now make sure you check your balls. All right.
It's very refreshing in the summer.
Any lumps there? All right. Okay.
That sounds so weird.
We'll stop at the deli later, get a sandwich.
It's a Reuben on rye, man. Fucking. Anyway.
I would have loved to see Nixon and Sanders talk to each other.
I am not a crook. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. The tapes prove it. Lock him up. Lock him up.
I'm still waiting for Bernie to embrace Colonel Sanders as a fucking thing and start selling like KFC type shirts.
Yeah, he should give me some fried chicken.
BFC.
That'd be okay, yeah. BFC.
I could
Bernie
go for
fried
some
chicken
right now.
Dude, yeah, fried chicken sounds good, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everyone in the house is asleep, so like I can't like fucking make anything.
No, I get you.
You can always Uber it.
You know, fuck you.
You're getting tired, Jarvis.
Yeah, I am getting tired. I've been up since fucking like 8 a.m. The Boeing whistleblower didn't kill himself. Yeah. I mean, like, the coroner report, I think, says otherwise, but, whatever. Like, he was in his truck by himself, and then he just happened to discharge his pistol right into his head. Just accidents happen, folks. Accidents fucking happen. I don't know. I was too suspicious to, like, not be real. You know what I mean?
No, I
like,
get you.
That's the thing. It's, like, too suspicious to not be.
Maybe it was Minecraft.
Yeah, he can't. He killed himself in Minecraft. There you go. He did it. All right, hold on here. So
I just stubbed my toe live. That's terrible.
No, not your toe.
It's a toe stubbing bad time. Yeah.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. Well, you know what's gonna make you feel better? I'll do this because fucking. Yeah, I'm getting tired as fuck.
Yeah, I'm getting
All right.
awake.
Yeah. So this is apparently an AI Warhammer thing. This is what Command Unit sent me.
All right.
And again, he's, it's short, it's 2 minutes. It's AI. We talk about it. Let's see what this thing is.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat
Damn, dude, that looks good.
immobile on the golden throne.
Yeah, I wonder
of
what they used to make it.
Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods. And master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. Forget the promise of progress and understanding. For in the grim, dark future, there is only war. There is no peace amongst the stars. Only an eternity of carnage and slaughter.
Helldivers.
Damn, dude, that's pretty fucking cool.
Pretty
I
much.
like that.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive, man.
When's Donovan gonna show up?
Do not fail your brothers. Though their bodies die, their spirit must return to the chapter. That is your charge.
All right, that was actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that looked pretty damn great, man.
Pretty good. Let's see here. Okay, 2 months ago, 1.4 million. Wow. Mid-Journey Warhammer 40K Runway ML. That's what I thought it was. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was Mid-Journey. I thought it was Runway ML because it just seems like that's the idea there, right? Like, because that's a lot of it too. It's just it seems like all that shit. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this.
I can't wait till we get full movies out of this stuff.
It's coming sooner than you think, to be honest with you.
Like all the Snyder people want Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, they'll get it eventually.
Yeah. Basically. So like this is, I was fucking around with this the other day. Like, I mean, look, this is like animation. It's not great. I mean, it's like 4 seconds and shit, right? But what I'm trying to showcase here is like this is this is like animation will be the first thing touched by this, and then it will go into everything. But like what that guy did was a lot of generations. Like that guy would have taken him a while to make that, especially because he's using Runway ML, which is what I'm using for this.
Yeah.
And he's probably paying a pretty penny in order to be able to do all those generations.
Because there was some complex
200
shit.
or more.
Oh yeah, I'd have to go through and count, but it's like what I mean by that is there's a lot of rolling, re-rolling, using the motion brush, using the camera. Like,
People don't want to hear it, but it's time and effort.
it's a lot of time and effort. Like, it's a lot of time and effort. So the question then becomes like, I'll show you guys like this one I did. It was stupid as fuck. I don't like the voice on it.
Animation is for everyone.
And yeah. Where's Brandon? Brandon's mad at me because I blocked him on Twitter, but I didn't block him on here. So okay. I hate this voice. You have to understand. I just did this very fucking quickly. So I'm just gonna mute the fucking sound because I don't like the voice. But then I made all of this with mixture of Mid-Journey as well as Runway ML, and everything.
Let's take a fat look at this.
So it's like, it's meant to showcase just like woods and shit, But all of this was all
crazy. There's some crazy shit out there in reality.
Yeah, they're like the shit done with fucking everything, and then of course like zombies and shit. And like,
What was the prompt for that?
It's supposed to be a caveman like watching a fucking like thing blow up, and then like a comet hit the earth or meteor hit the earth or whatever, and then like it gave me some weird dude in like fucking like leather, leather clothes.
Some
I'm like, all right.
monkey man. Yeah.
But like even that deer shot looks pretty good. This looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks great.
It's like it's just you have to like play with it a little bit, and you can do a lot with it. But really, what it boils down to, and this image right here was actually made with ideogram. Like so, but this was all. I think most of this was done in Runway's own image prompter, because you can do that on there too, right? You can like give it a prompt, and then it will generate the first frame for you, and then you can choose which one you want. Or you can also import from Midjourney, which gives you more fidelity, I think, because the Midjourney images have a lot more quality to them, and there's a lot more like pixels and everything else.
Interesting.
So it's like you can do a lot with it. So what that guy did was pretty wild. That would have taken him a fair amount of time. Let me show you guys this one, and then we'll if I could talk.
Have you checked out 11 Labs recently? It's actually improved.
Oh yeah, I haven't paid money, but yeah.
I paid for a month of it because I created Joe Biden's voice because I wanted to trick my uncle into thinking Joe Biden talked about him.
That's gonna get you in so much fucking trouble.
You remember I texted you about him that one time?
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, your Uncle Cray Cray. Your Uncle Cray Cray. Cray Cray. So here, check this one out. This is this one I heard about today. Actually, it's like this guy named Alan Artificial tried to make an anime, an episode of an anime, right? And people are talking about this in the AI filmmaking space because it's like for animation and whatnot. It's okay. I watched it today, but it's like just to give you guys an idea for like what people can make.
He's a monster.
And he did this, but he even says in an interview, like he was like a home alone on a Thursday night, and he was just like had this idea and like worked on it like over a couple days and everything else. But what bothers me about this is he put this into Topaz AI, and he expanded it to 4K 60. And you don't need 4K 60 for animation. It looks too fake.
Yeah, you want 24 or 30.
Yeah.
彼女を見つけましたか？彼女は一日中西部が分かりませんでした。
ひなたがまた使い魔を探しているのが心配です。
So it's also like 11 labs for the audio and everything.
キャバタ不明が
Yeah, it looks more uncanny than it should be simply because of the high FPS.
彼女がひなたを捨てられ
Yeah, that's
たとこ
what I
ろ
don't
を
like
見つ
about
け
it.
た瞬間から
If you could turn the FPS down.
You should be able to do that pretty easily, though, hypothetically.
Well, yeah, because when you get it out of like does he say what he used here? He said he used Pika, Midjourney, Magnificent, Topaz Video, Epidemic. Topaz Video is what he did for the upscale, and then Magnific would have also done upscales per the images. Because Magnific's pretty good, it's actually really good, but they charge so much fucking money for it, and then using Pika and everything else, and it's like, okay, cool. It's just the uncanniness of the 60 frames per second. It's just never gonna fly for animation, and it should never fly for animation.
I would love to show this to Donovan, but not tell him it's AI. And he'd be like, "Oh my god, this is great," and be like, "Well, it's AI." His brain would explode.
I think he would figure. To be fair, I think he would
Yeah,
probably understand that. But like he's largely fucked off at this point, so that's pretty good. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you guys, can check this out on your own. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing, but it's like the guy made it, and so it's like, okay, cool. It's like if you have an idea, that's kind of the whole point. If you have an idea, you can maybe find a way to like make it something. You know what I mean? But it's really still about the storytelling, and people don't understand that. They think it's like a one button press everything, and it gives you everything. It doesn't. Like, it just takes time to mess with this, to play with this and whatever. But it does work well for animation. So I think what we're going to get is we're going to get a deluge of, what happened? Did my camera die? Yep. That lasted a while. Holy shit.
It's finally dead?
No, well, usually my camera only lasts like 2 hours. This thing's been on since 5:30.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what happened with that, because my girlfriend had it for a job interview and like left it on. The baby looks like a homunculus. Yeah, kind of. But I mean, really, it's all about like how they're going to be able to like, Pika's pretty good at like lip syncing, and all of these tools are doing their stuff. I mean, obviously I've shown you guys, can it make ethical porn? That's an honest question. What exactly does it mean for ethical pornography? You know,
Conservative porn.
I mean, is there such a thing as ethical pornography? I mean, that's a question.
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know. I don't fucking.
Okay,
tired.
I thought that was a legitimate statement for a moment. I was like, what?
No, I'm fucking tired. It's just, let's see here. I'm trying to find this if there's anything new that's come up from Sora AI. God, it's all I'm so tired of Final Fantasy. Get off my fucking timeline.
Is it RJ reposting it?
No, I'm trying to find like Sora, like the OpenAI Sora, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to find like that, see if there's any new videos, because occasionally they'll drop like new videos and stuff.
What's been going on with ChatGPT?
What do you mean?
Have they done anything new recently? Or no?
They did something. They announced something today, I think. Let me see here. They announced something happening. They're doing. Goddamn, I'm just tired. Okay. You can now. Oh, you can now edit Dolly images in Chat GPT. That's it. You can now edit them and like whatever. So. Yeah, battery died. Hey, I mean, it lasted a long time. Usually I only get 2 hours out of it, and it's 3 hours right now, and it's been on for a while.
Damn, dude.
So that's crazy. But so yeah, it is 1 a.m. and I'm gonna calm it down. Plus we've been on for 3 hours. But I do appreciate everybody hanging out. Thank you guys again for the amazing support tonight. Awesome stuff. I start my work week tomorrow, so if I have downtime, I might be able to do something. If not, probably not until next Monday. So I'll see you guys all then. Have yourself a great week. Peace the fuck out.